Welcome associates, gather on the stand. This trial's a circus, but I've got a plan. Not a grifter, still worse than Dan. Hopscotch squares, don't trip, don't fall. BK in a felony, I've heard it all. Shake it, magic 8 ball. Tell me the truth, will justice call? Me be the diva, she's running the show. Chief Capone and Meg, yeah, everybody knows. Fact or fact, well, nobody knows. What the corn echoes as the chaos grows. My credibility left in a vehicle. Hopscotch squares, don't trip, don't fall. BK in a felony, I've heard it all. Shake it, magic 8 ball. Tell me the truth, will justice call? What the corn echoes as the chaos grows. My credibility left in a vehicle.
Hello, everyone.
That was the best. I was not expecting that.
That's why I'm like, make sure you're watching.
Oh my God, that was hilarious.
For those of you that don't know, the last image is the defense attorney as a judge, and that is her picture that is up on whatever the website was. I don't even remember, but
Oh my God.
it's so funny.
Oh my
Her
God.
smile is so forced. It's horrible. Her neck is all
so
strained.
ridiculous. That was priceless.
Like, I'm adding her in for the rest of this trial.
See? It's catchy. It's catchy. Shake it. Magic
What's
8 ball.
I see that. What's up, Bray? Hope you are surviving the busy time of year. Our teeth get slammed this time of year. How's our favorite Southern people? Well, Flash fan, we are just fine. Or should I say, well, Flash fan, we are just fine.
We are sweeter than unsweetened tea, I tell you.
That's right. Hello, Christine. How are you? Yes, shake it, magic 8 ball is the best line. And then you about made me choke at the end. Well, I'm glad I didn't make you choke, but
I almost did too.
Gabby sent me that picture last week.
I put it up.
I said, you don't even like, I said, thank you. I was going to go find that because I wanted it because I was putting it in that video at the end somehow.
Oh, man.
I had to do it.
That was great. It was like one of those videos that you watch that like in the middle of it, they kind of like flash something real quick and then they take it away. And they're like, wait, what was that? Just like the devil or something, you know?
I promise there's no subliminal messaging going on here.
No, but that was funny.
That's not even Southern. That's more Korean.
I don't think so. Nope,
Korean
definitely
accent.
not.
No, that would be when you hear the gong. Gary said, PF Chang number 4.
Yeah,
that would be that.
PF Chang number 4, order ready. That was so funny. I was like, why is there a gong in the courtroom? What is happening? That one day of that courtroom was so ridiculous.
There's been a lot of ridiculous days in this courtroom, like in every courtroom.
Oh my God, it's so funny.
That's why it's fun to watch these things because we never know what we're going to get. Right, thank you for being a member for 17 months. You're back. Call to the ED. False alarm. I cannot. It's always going to be the ER to me. I cannot.
What does the D stand for now?
Department.
Oh, stupid. Sorry. Did I say that out loud? My bad.
I agree, but I do thank you for being a member for 17 months.
I hate when they try to change it. Like,
yeah,
just,
don't change it. Just it's
we can
ER.
barely
There was a whole show about it. ER, it wasn't called ED.
yeah.
We would have all thought they were taking Viagra. See, Snipe with
Same.
me.
Yep.
Now they have more than one room. True, but it's always going to be an ER. It's too offensive. Dear Lord.
What's offensive?
They don't. Flashman says, yeah, apparently they don't like emergency room anymore. They say it's too offensive. What's
offensive about that?
I have no clue. Everybody's offended by everything nowadays. It's like, I said hi and not hello, so I'm offended.
Snipe. I don't know if I'm with you.
I don't know if I'm with you.
Of course you are.
Well, why wouldn't you be offended? Also arrested. So, because
Yeah.
that's what.
Yeah.
Straight to jail. Straight to jail. I'm not high.
That has yet to reveal itself.
What are you doing?
What are those little jellyfish? Don't touch the jellyfish, Carmen. Jeez.
Have you not learned anything yet? They said that? They told you emergency room was offensive when you were there to see somebody in the emergency room? That's offensive.
I would tell them to kick rocks.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, Carmen's not offended by that. She's offended by the other thing we were talking about before. Yeah.
Carmen is offended by Dick Cannon's dick confetti. Penis confetti. Whatever.
Well, you should have heard what Mr. Gabby said for me to say. And I was like, if I say that, Carmen will gag.
Well, plug your ears.
Did you hear him? He's like, it's not that bad.
Plug your ears, Carmen.
No, I'm not going to say it. I'm going to wait until if she comes on, then I'll say it.
Okay. Well, she doesn't come on then you have to say it. And signing off on that note. So, all right. Now you can say it. That's right, Snipe. I'm with you. Let's hear it.
Yeah, what was it, Caleb?
Glazer blast.
Glazer blast. All I can think of is a glazed donut.
It's just like all I could think of is a glazed donut. Caleb said that's what she said.
Uh-huh. Flashman. Bryce said, Flashman, you should have told that person don't touch my sister. It's like, is she in the room or is she in the department?
Yeah, right.
Oh my gosh.
They just replaced the whole word room with department. They're she's in department 106.
Yeah. It's like, oh, okay. Like, whatever. Well, we probably should get started. We got a lot to do.
Okay.
So we are on our final witnesses of this trial, finally, of Stacey Kananen, Florida versus Stacey Kananen. We have seen, I thought the prosecution ended on a very weak note the other day when they ended with, I think it was Sergeant Kevin Stinger, and I don't even remember what he talked about.
I don't know, but obviously it wasn't a sting.
That wasn't good for them.
If it was, I would have remembered it.
Yep. Like, I was shocked they rested already. Like, okay, well, that was weird and weak. So
he's just like, great job. Weak. Next.
Not guilty. Bye. The only thing that for me that the state has conclusively laid out is her brother did it. He's confessed. He was involved. He is all over this thing. Anytime they talk about it, who went to the bank? He did. Who did this? He did. It's like, who rented the storage unit? It's like, he did. And now you're coming back with saying Well, she could have been there.
Yeah.
Okay. She could have not been there. She could have been there and not known what he did. I don't know. I can't get around her being in the truck and trying to off herself with the brother. But I hope that we're going to hear from her. We have Susan, either Cohen or Cowan. I don't know how to say it. So we'll hear from her first. And then tomorrow we will start with Stacey's testimony. And that'll
Nice.
be 2 parts. And that will take us to Monday, because I have dinner this week. Sorry. With my dad and my brother.
Boo. Boo. No, I'm just kidding.
Sorry. If I didn't, we would finish it this week. But since I do, we will finish this on Monday. So I'm with you, Snipe. Like, it is damning. And I don't know. There's a lot of things we're not hearing about, just like the jury's not hearing about. They're not going to hear that these 2 are implicated in the death of their dad, who was found under the corner of the garage, by the way. He is referred to as he disappeared in this trial, because the jury's not going to hear that he's gone and that they may have done it 18 years earlier. So now the mom was found in the backyard underneath a huge steel slab and rocks. But who ordered the rocks? Who went to do all that? It was the brother. And yeah, she was there, but you can, it's easy to explain her stuff away. Like, did she know why they needed to get some Chattahoochee stone, or did they just like to say that word?
Chattahoochee coochie.
Grief. But I don't know. I'm very interested in what she has to say. This is not this isn't the gym teacher sitting behind her. This is not her current partner. But
Okay.
she was a partner. Her testimony starts off a little soft because remember last week, like, we couldn't hear people. Hers
Right.
gets better. I skipped 5 minutes of a first witness because you can't hear her at all. And I don't think she really has any bearing. I couldn't hear her to tell you if she did, because I was just going to tell you what it was about. She was so soft-spoken, and with that mic not being on, you can't hear her.
Yeah.
So I'm going to waste the time. So we have 1 witness today, and that is Miss Susan. What's up, Deidre?
Hey, Deidre.
Not late. You are right on time. Really, Snipe. Especially with a few drinks.
Oh, my Lord.
Keep talking for a moment.
Why?
I thought she was signing off. I thought she was like, peace out.
Yeah. F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me. And is for anywhere, at any time at all. Down here in the deep blue, she.
Shay.
Was that enough?
Shay. Obviously not. Huh. And I don't have anything to say because she said that right when I was like...
Yeah. She's like, keep talking for a moment. Well, thanks for putting me on the spot, because now I don't know what to say.
Yeah, now I don't have anything to say. Oh, well, I can say this. The attorneys don't like each other at all. And the judge is done with the attorneys. I don't think he likes
what
them.
gave that away? The little stomping of the foot, the hand on the hip, the side eye, the arguing back and forth.
The pointing at the judge.
Yeah.
Like, and every time she's like, objection. That's the state.
Yep.
Relevant.
Yeah.
What's her other one? What's her new one? She learned a new one last week.
Did she?
I don't remember what it was.
All I heard was, and then I was like, oh, here she goes again. I don't know what she said, but she said, yeah. Just complain about goddamn something now.
I don't ever know, Snipe. My daughter-in-law, like, didn't even get off of work until after 9 my time Friday because she got stuck there. And so my son he came and got Madison, and I died.
He was like,
I'm
R.I.P. No
out.
one messaged me.
Yeah, I'm out. Like, I had her since 6 that morning. I love that little girl to death, but man, I was tired. But I did listen.
Yeah, Snipe, she did get to hear Queen's voice.
I did.
She got to hear her say, grain ambulance.
I enjoyed it. It was funny. Yeah, so it will all come down to how that day goes. Because I don't with Bree working at the hospital, she's ready to leave, but with our weather that we had last week, they had people not show up. And then, she said one of the, I don't know if she was in the NICU, but I don't know, somebody that had came into the world that day took a turn and not for the better. So she had to stay and help. And so I never know. I never know how her day's going to go.
Oh. Here
There
she is
she
to wreck
is.
the day. Hello, Carmen.
Hello, Poppet.
Hello,
Look at
Puppet.
you.
Like my
Long time no
disaster of
see.
a room. Just
Were
here.
you going like
Wrong.
jogging or something?
Oh, it's cold outside.
Who's
Question,
that?
who's that?
I don't know. Some weirdo.
That's what I was thinking, but
Well, your dog must have some inkling that you're on here because now she's barking her head off.
She's like, my owner. It's been 84 years.
I told her I was going to turn her into a Shar-Pei yesterday.
oh my god.
I don't know what a Shar-Pei is.
I don't. Just if I took her nose and I just smashed it up to her face, she would just have no muzzle. So she would just
Like a pug.
yeah.
Feel like a pug, yeah.
But she wouldn't quit. She wouldn't leave your dad alone. And I was like, Rue, I'm going to turn you into a Shar-Pei if you don't knock it off.
I'm going to turn you into a toupee.
You ain't got the balls to do it.
I was like,
You were like, little do you know, I got Dick and Betty in it.
Like a marker?
like a Sharpie.
Oh, like a Sharpie?
A Sharpie.
Carmen's face.
What?
Never mind, I'm not even going to say it
A
again.
Sharpie.
Exactly.
Man, can you pass the Sharpie?
Well, not with your southern accent, I can't.
Exactly.
I can't even say it how you said it.
I know.
I don't even know if you could say it how you said it.
That's why she's not.
I can, but I'm not gonna. Hey, speaking of accents, your mom just recently heard Queen's accent.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
She got a thick accent.
Isn't it the best, though? It's the best. I love it.
Oh,
I like it when she swears, though. She'll be like, "F you, Bobby."
I didn't hear that. But I was like, all right, I get it now. I hear it. I hear what you've all been saying that she says. I hear it very clearly. It's hilarious. Shinny already knew what she sounded like, but no, I was cracking up.
Now, my accent's not near as thick as hers is. But it was funny when I was on with Shinny, because Shinny's like, Car's got an accent. Like, I want to hear you two talk to each other.
And then Carmen had asked Queen like a bunch of times, like, "What did you just say? What was that? What did you just say?" I was like, "She's saying the color green. She's not talking about grain. Grain. So funny.
No, I just wanted to. Silly webbit. I just wanted to. Oh, my lights are changing colors. Am I about to die?
I don't know if those match right there. Those match the back.
Yeah,
match
it's
the
like a
background.
warning symbol. It's like you're under attack. You're under attack.
But I just want to pop in and say hello and talk to you guys for a second. I know you have a long stream, so I won't be too long, but Cheyenne needs my lights for her. She's got a telehealth client.
Ah,
All right.
nice, nice.
I can do without. Yeah, that room has like no lights in it.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's
your
nice.
your client's just going to be talking to a ghost.
I mean, could be fun.
They're like, can you turn on your camera? She's like, it is on. She's
It
like,
is on.
is your lights on? They're like, yeah.
Yes.
Why are you in a dark room?
I'm not. I'm a vampire. Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, the room actually has a lot of like natural light in it.
Yeah.
But it looks
Nighttime.
well that, and we have things like covering the windows because you have one neighbor here and then one neighbor here, and like they can see in.
Mm,
So no. But
no bueno. No bueno.
no, speaking of no bueno, the other day at work, I was dealing with a crazy person. And
I don't believe you.
I get called down to our segregation cell because they were hitting the door and stuff. And just being stupid. And they were asking for me. And I told the other staff, I said, anytime that they ask for me, I'm not here. I don't care if I am here. I'm not here. I don't exist. And so I get down there and they're like, my last name, I gotta talk to you. What's up? And she's like, I'm being raped by the ghost in here. I'm like, what? And she's like, I need to move. She's dead serious. I'm like, what? So I told her, have no fear. My last name is here. I'll tell those ghosts to stop it. I went back an hour later. Stop it. And she was like, yeah, thank you so much.
She even offered to go to the gas station and get some sage. I was like, your gas station sells sage?
That one does.
Okay.
But that one also has like bars and stuff over the windows. We don't like to go there.
Why?
Because it goes gas station that you shouldn't go to, bail bondsman, sheriff's department.
Nice.
Well, is there a pawn shop around too? Because
There
that would
is,
be the
right across-
trifecta.
right across the street.
See, I knew it. All of those go together. It's a trifecta.
You got to
It
sell your
goes-
stuff so you can get your boo out of jail.
And then
Yeah,
right
totally.
across from that, or so you have gas station that you shouldn't go to, bail bondsman, sheriff's department, across the street, pawn shop, and then our impound lot.
Nice. That is perfect
No
business
question.
planning. That's perfect business planning right there.
We
I think so.
get called. It's the best when we get called there because we just have to walk outside.
Yeah, that whole block right there is just making bank. That whole block
100%.
is just rich AF, Ooh, that's another one. There's got to be a strip club right around the corner too somewhere.
You don't want these strippers. You're gonna have to go a little bit more south. You don't.
Snipes
These are Carmen's like,
Snipes speak for yourself.
Carmen's like, these are daytime strippers.
These are daytime Tuesday strippers. They couldn't even make it to Tuesday night.
Yeah,
Wow.
Tuesday early afternoon, like before lunch strippers.
Yeah. They don't even make it to lunchtime. They're not even allowed to stay for lunch.
They start their shift at 9 a.m.
Prison strippers.
Oh, prison strippers? Flashbang! We better watch out. He's about to tell your mom to get back on the pole soon.
I dare you.
Flashman, you better not call me a prison stripper or a Tuesday stripper.
I dare you.
Better at
See
least
what
make
happens.
it to Friday.
I love how that's where your head went. You better not call me a prison stripper or a Tuesday stripper. That should
Do
be a
it.
t-shirt. I'm a Tuesday stripper.
Straight to jail.
I want to at least be Friday morning. I'll be close to the weekend.
How dare you call me a Tuesday stripper?
How dare you?
Oh, that was hilarious.
So are you, what are you doing? Can I start? Because we've got like 2.5 hours.
I mean, you can do whatever you want. I'm not going to watch. I have not watched a single part.
I'm not going to watch it. Well, you've watched some of it.
No, I fast forward to the parts where you guys start talking.
Oh. Because how do you know about confetti?
Yeah,
She
I
skipped
literally
all of the actual trial part, and then she was just like, what are they talking about?
Oh.
Play. Oh, they're talking? Okay, back to the trial. Fast forward. Play.
That's all right. Last week you couldn't hear them anyway because they turned off the mic apparently or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that was funny. Testing.
Oddly
testing.
suspicious after the state rested that the microphone is turned off.
Malfunction over here.
Yeah. I did not dance with Richard Ramirez.
Well, you better stop. Did Kathy?
I was just going to say I could be a Tuesday morning stripper. Hey.
No. You would
I'm gonna disagree, Deidre.
Yeah, you would definitely make it.
But hey, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I mean?
That's true. You just no judgment.
That's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna clock out of work and be like, I gotta go, guys. I gotta go drink.
Guys, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday, guys. I gotta go. I ain't scared of you, Tex.
You say that now.
Oh,
you say that now. You're lucky I don't have the energy. Roast you.
No, I was like, to do what? You gonna run to DC?
I might Forrest Gump it all the way there.
I just kept running.
Just kept running.
I'm
coming to get you, Flash fan. In my car and my boots.
I just felt like one day I'd get up and run. And I just kept running.
What's up, Shinny?
What's up?
Hey, Shinny.
I'm late, but those are the best kinds of surprises. Hello, Carmen, AJ, and Gabby. Thank you. I was just trying to figure out if it was Monday or Tuesday.
It's Monday.
I don't
Not
even know.
Tuesday yet.
I thought it was Saturday.
Run, Carmen, run.
I'm not running in these.
That's all right. I thought it was Sunday all weekend.
Sunday, Sunday.
I just had Sunday all weekend.
I thought Thursday was Friday, and I was really excited because everybody and their brother was getting arrested. I'm like, oh, it must be Friday. No, I still had 2 more days to go. No.
Flashman, you don't know accents at all. You've lived in DC your whole dang life. You sound like you're from Louisiana, so calm down.
You've got a Mississippiana accent from DC. Don't want to hear it. Jenny, wait, damn it. I was serious. Now what day is it? It is Monday. All day.
Tuesday.
Don't listen to her. This is why she's been grounded. She really hasn't not had time to come on. I was like, grounded.
That's exactly what it was. She was like, get off my channel. Now you go in the pit.
Howdy, y'all. What's
up, y'all? Howdy, queen.
Was you grain green?
Do you have grain?
If your grain is green, don't touch it.
If your grain is green, you have a mold problem.
Today is Monday. Tuesday is stripper day.
It is.
It is now.
And you get real advanced if you can get past noon on your stripper.
Wow.
This is why I'm here. Just to give advice.
Well, okay.
Grain.
Last advice I was going to give, what I was telling you earlier, if you go to jail, do not stand in a holding cell or a padded cell or any cell for that matter and stare me dead in the soul and go,
I mean, can you do that again? Just so I can get the full effect.
Where's Bobby when we need him? We got some.
Can you
he's
do
got
that
some
again,
work to
Carmen?
do.
Do that one more time. Were they summoning a demon?
No, they were crying.
They
And
were
I was
crying.
Oh,
I said either stop
are you
or
possessed?
full blown cry. Don't do this. I'm not listening to that for 12 hours. All right, no way.
Carmen says, long time no see, Carmen. Did we run you off?
No, I've been too busy listening to I get
She's like, oh,
arrested.
Is that the ghost of Christmas past?
What's up, Sarah? How are you? Yeah, that's
Hello.
where I'm thinking. Where the hell is Bobby?
Damn it, Bobby.
God damn it, Bobby.
Hey, I'm here. So I'm going to say we're ready to start a stream an hour early just for you, AJ. So you can visit one Friday for Christmas. What's your schedule? Carmen and Gabby too. I will do my best. Shani, I was just explaining that my daughter-in-law, she's an RT, so she got stuck at work Friday. And my son actually ended up coming and getting Madison because she usually picks her up. So she got here like at 6 Friday morning and left at, I don't know, pushing 9 o'clock Friday night. I text Gabby. I'm like, Gabby,
gosh.
I
thought
haven't
you
even
were a
had
zombie.
time to comb my hair today. Like, there was nothing. I went upstairs and I was like, dang, I didn't make my bed. So I literally combed my hair, brushed my teeth, made my bed, and then went to bed. Because I had no time to comb my hair or brush my teeth or make my bed. But it's so I never know. So I don't like, I appreciate it, but I would feel really bad if you change your schedule and I can't make it.
Yeah.
What was the question? Sorry, I got distracted.
Shani used to start an hour earlier so that I can get there. I would still be late. And then she said, what's your schedule too? Well, you'll be working.
For
It's
Christmas?
Yeah,
Friday.
should be working.
It's Friday.
Oh yeah, I work every Friday.
I would be because it just depends. I just never know when she's getting picked up. So, but I would do my best.
Just kick her outside. Learn the real world, little one.
Welcome to. I really brush my hair these days. Yeah, when I went upstairs, I was like, man, I haven't brushed my teeth today. Like, gross.
You nasty.
And when I saw my
Like-
bed, I was so sad because I'm like, oh, it's always the first thing I do. I just
Like, you know
completely
that,
spaced
like,
it.
that algae film that grows on like the fish tank?
That was my teeth.
She's like,
You know who could
Feels
clean that off for
furry.
you?
To what?
You know who could clean that off for you?
My toothbrush?
Nibby.
You know what, Carmen? Next time you call me, guess what I'm gonna hit?
Deny.
I called her this morning and I was like, hi, this is Officer so-and-so from the blank county sheriff's office. I've been looking for a Gabriella Cinderella blank the last name. She's my bestie. I haven't really seen her talk to her. But if you guys could look around like turkeys, she's probably out there yelling at them, calling them a bunch of bastards. Or she's down by the dam yelling at a beaver named Nibby. So like you have locations to look at. But if you could tell her to give me a call back, I would really appreciate it.
And I was like, new phone, who dis?
Yeah, she's like, I don't know who that is.
I will, Shani. I will.
What's your schedule?
Yeah. Because
I work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday every week, and then every other Saturday. And if I get called in, then I work more. Sorry to interrupt you. What were you saying?
no, so we should wrap this up Monday. And then the week between Christmas and New Year's, that Monday or Tuesday, I don't think I have her.
Really? I'm surprised
I
you're
have
doing
her-
anything that week.
I won't be. That's what I'm saying. That Monday, I'm trying to find the dates.
Shake it, Magic 8-Ball.
Well, the week after Christmas, the 29th and the 30th, I don't have her.
Don't trip, don't
But I
fall.
will have her Christmas
Aye,
Day.
aye. Aye, aye, Captain Flashband.
Dang. I know I don't have her the 29th and 30th. I know I have her the 1st. And I think the 2nd. But I'm not planning to do anything streaming wise here after we get done on the 22nd. So
basically, you're not planning on doing anything until the 5th.
after the new year. But that's what I'm saying, like Monday or Tuesday, if they're available, you're available. If that makes sense.
I'll be available.
Yeah, you will.
I don't know what I just
Tuesday.
agreed to, but what am I agreeing to?
Tripping.
No,
Tuesdays.
that's
What's up,
Tuesdays.
Haley?
It's only Tuesdays.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hello, Governor.
Oh,
Hey, mouse.
it's the cutest mouse we know.
It's the cutest little mouse we know.
All right, Shani. We'll do it. We'll get it worked out.
What is she talking
Yes.
about?
She told us 3 to talk about it later, work it out, and then tell them.
No, talk about what and tell who. I wasn't paying attention.
Did you miss the last? I about to say the F word. Freaking 5 minutes of this entire conversation.
Well, kind of. I was answering somebody who had a question for me, and then doing this, and I heard you guys saying something about something.
About a time when we can go on with Shani.
Ah, gotcha. Oh, so
What's
I'm
up,
good.
Ash?
I don't need to be there, right?
You already agreed to it. I'll click
No. Good luck,
Mhm.
Carmen. I'm not telling you how to do that, just so you know. So you're gonna have to learn on your own on how to do that.
it. Guess what? There's YouTube.
Well,
I gotta give Shine or technically they're my lights, but you know who's counting? Yeah.
all right. Nice seeing you, Corman.
Don't ever say it like that. Corman.
Corman.
It was nice to see you, Corman. The
Hey,
Hey,
bastard.
what it do?
I thought
What
she
it do, boo boo?
was. I thought she was getting ready to call you like something with corn, but I couldn't. I didn't know where she was going.
Cornman?
So
Cornman?
weird. So weird
don't
when
know.
I hear my first name now. I'm like, what?
Who's that?
Carmen? Hey,
I don't know
Carmen.
I don't know who that is. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go. I just wanted
All
to
right,
pop in and say hi because I haven't been able to do that. See all you lovely people. So make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Also, don't get arrested. If you do, I'll make fun of you.
I'm gonna make that noise.
Why are you crying? I'm just sad. Can you do a different cry? Okay.
You gotta watch Baby Avo.
Oh yeah, that's
true.
what I'll actually be doing. Watching Baby Avocado.
I
Kind of
will
abandon them.
unsubscribe.
I try to unsubscribe too. And they're like, you work here. This isn't a subscription.
You're like, oh, dang.
Yeah. Don't get arrested. Don't do drugs or do them at your house or don't.
All right. Love you, Carmen.
All right. I'll see you guys later because I know that she has a long stream. I'll be in the chat when I can. I got some other stuff I got to do outside before it gets too dark.
All right. Peace out, Cub Scout.
All right. So, Ash, we're supposed to keep that private. That's how Baby Avocado happened. If you get arrested, I promise I will switch departments just to come see you.
All right, go away.
All right. See you guys. Have a good stream.
See ya.
Bye.
I gotta get back to work. Thank you for leaving your DNA on the thumbs up. That is always appreciated.
Yeah. We love your DNA. Thank you.
I do love the DNA. Okay. So her testimony is going to start off a little soft, but she does get louder. We can hear her. Thank goodness.
All right.
Because I was going to be super mad if we couldn't hear any of the defense
Ew,
on here.
No. All right.
So, Flash fan, no. No. I'm about
I think he took another tab of what he took the other night or something.
Oh,
I don't know
what
what's
he
going
did.
on.
I want to put him in timeout. Not really. I'm not timing you out, Flash fan. Not for reals. Don't get on the timeout.
Like make you like, I don't know, sit in a corner or something.
Yeah, I meant
Captain
like a
Funny.
timeout, like in the timeout chair that doesn't,
Yeah.
in the corner. I don't want to know that reference.
All right, I gotta mute.
All right, here we go.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth shall be God?
Could you state your full name?
Susan Cowan?
And Ms. Cowan, have you testified in court before?
No.
Okay. Pretty straightforward. I'll ask questions. You'll answer them. Please remember to try to speak up so that everybody can hear you. Jurors are interested in what you have to say, and try to make sure you answer out loud and not with nods of the head, okay?
Yes.
All right. Ms. Cowan, how is it that you know Stacey Kananen?
Stacey and I have been friends for 22 years. I met her at Burger King in 1988.
And at some point, did you begin to have a romantic relationship with Ms. Kananen?
Yes, we did.
I am so sorry. I've heard that like 5 times today. And when she said she met her at Burger King, I was like, of course you did. Of course you did. That's why there is a BK and a felony. Sorry. I got a tickle in my throat and about to cough, and I don't want to cough in your ear, but yes, BK and a felony right there. Right there. Hilarious. Every trial. Burger King, I'm telling you. Careful going there.
And when was that?
In 1988,
All right. And
approximately November.
have you been together ever since?
Yes, we have.
Prior to living together, how long did you know her? Or when is it that you started living together?
Well, when we first met in November of 1988, we started to spend some time together. She would often come home with me, sleep with me at night, and then go home and go back to her home and change and get ready for work.
At the time that you met her, had her sister Cheryl gotten married yet?
No, she was already married.
All right. So you never met Richard Kananen Sr.
No.
At the time that you met Stacey, was she still living with her mother, Marilyn?
Yes.
And they were living on the Alachua Street
Yes.
home? And was there any, and Cheryl was living, I'm assuming, with her husband, Christopher Bracken?
Yes.
And where were they living?
Well, in 1988, I probably did not know where they lived. At some point in time, I tried to think back and remember, but the best that I can remember being at their house on, I think it was Hibiscus Court, was probably Christopher's first birthday.
And when you initially met Stacey, what was your impression of the dynamic? Where was Richard Jr.?
I don't recall seeing him at that time.
All right. So at that point in time, did Cheryl and Stacey have much contact with each other?
Minimal.
And Marilyn and Stacey's relationship, how did that seem to you?
Normal they weren't super close, but normal.
And at some point, you and Stacey moved in together in Kissimmee or near Kissimmee?
Well, first we were living in a mobile home on, that's the name of the road now, Holden maybe it was. But we were living in a mobile home for a couple of years. Then we bought the house near Kissimmee.
And during the time prior to Cheryl having children, did Cheryl and Stacey get close prior to the kids coming along?
Prior to the kids? Not really. I mean, I wouldn't say they were ever close.
We've heard testimony regarding family gatherings and dinners and game nights and things like that. Were those kinds of things happening before the kids came along?
No.
And how about Richard? What was Richard's interaction with the family that you saw up until grandfather's death in 2002?
Minimal. I mean, once Cheryl started doing like family gatherings, and we all had family gatherings, I mean, he's always been invited, but sometimes he showed up, sometimes he didn't.
And so he was not like a regular part of the family scene?
No.
In 2002, when Marilyn's father passed, at that point, what was the relationship between Stacey and her mother?
By that point, all three of us were very close. Stacey and her mother, and myself and Madeline. We were all close.
And that would be prior to you all moving into Okaloosa?
Yes.
And give us an idea of how that closeness evolved over the years.
Through the years, Madeline became almost not the same kind of best friend as Stacey was, but I mean, she was very close. I called her a lot. I'd call her a couple of times a week. We would do things. We'd go to Disney all the time. We've gone to Disney conventions all the time. We went shopping all the time. We went out to eat almost every weekend.
And when you say we, who do you mean?
Stacey, I, and her mother.
And did Stacey and her mother appear to have a improving and getting closer relationship to you?
Yes.
I'm going to show you a composite of photos marked with M and ask you if you recognize those photos. Something. Who do those photos depict?
The pictures of Stacey and I, or Stacey and Marilyn, or Stacey, I, and Marilyn at Disney, Busch Gardens, SeaWorld, Mother's Day.
And do those pictures accurately depict various times that you and Stacey and her mom got together and enjoyed each other's company?
Yes.
And those are these ends.
Objection, relevance.
Correct, please.
Objection, relevance. The only one I know.
Ms. Cowan, for you to tell the jury a little bit about the kinds of things that you and Stacey and her mother were doing together, say in the year leading up to Marilyn's disappearance? Would it help refresh your recollection to take a look at these photos?
I don't need to see the photos to know.
What kinds of things were you doing together?
Well, a couple of times, many times during the course of the year, we would go to Disney. We would go to Disney to visit the various things that Disney would be holding. For example, right now they're doing the Epcot Flower and Garden Festival. So we would go and visit that. We always went at Christmas time to all of the parks to visit and do all the family activities they had. We've got various pictures where we've, taken pictures. But we've always gone to, Disney is the place we go to the most because we like Disney the most and we visit all the parks. We had annual passes to SeaWorld, annual passes to Busch Gardens, and we would go with Marilyn and at the time, Grandpa a lot of times. A lot of times when the kids were off from school, we would take Stacey's nieces and nephews with us to the parks. A lot of times Grandma would come with us. On Mother's Day, we would always take my mother and Stacey's mother for a very nice brunch, for instance, at the Peabody, the Grand Floridian, usually one of the better resorts where they had a very elaborate brunch because we just thought that was one year we could spoil them.
Did Stacey and her mom ever quarrel in your presence?
Not that I recall. I mean, all mothers and daughters quarrel at some point in time, so I'm sure there's been a time or two that they had a disagreement, but nothing, I don't recall a time that there was anything major.
Was the communication in that family different than other families you had experienced?
Not knowing too many other families, it'd be hard for me to really say. Probably not much different, I wouldn't think.
The time of Marilyn's father's passing, up until that point, what was Richard's involvement in Stacey's life that you witnessed?
Minimal. I mean, you'd only saw Richard on rare occasions. On a rare occasion, he would happen to be somewhere. I mean, I know he's been invited to Thanksgiving dinner or this or that at either, at Cheryl's or even at my house if we had it, happened to have had it one year. But sometimes he'd show up, sometimes he wouldn't. I mean, he wasn't always there. He occasionally was there.
At some point, did Richard become more involved with the family that you saw?
The only time I would say that he became more involved or appeared more involved is when we moved to the house on Okaloosa and asked him if he would like to move in with us.
And when would that have been?
That would have been in approximately March of 2003.
Now, at this point, you didn't know Richard very well.
No.
And so why would you invite him to come live with you and Stacey?
Well, Stacey's older brother. My brother was living with me for 6 years. So we thought, well, all right, your brother knows how to do this and do that. And we did recently find out that he was separated from his wife. He was living in a little shanty mobile home. So Stacey thought, would you mind if I offer for my brother to live with us? He can help us fix the house up because it was an older house and it would need a few things.
And what kind of work was he doing?
Well, he was he was a licensed electrician.
And did he do what kinds of stuff was he able to do for you around the house, or did you think he would?
Yard work. He did yard work. He did, like fixing like gutters, and he did a lot of electrical work in the house.
Did he do anything for Marilyn?
Yeah.
And what kinds of things did you see him do for her?
Whatever she wanted him to do. If he was around to do it, if Marilyn had something she wanted him to do, he would do it.
So when did he move in with you and Stacey at the Okaloosa address?
March or April of 2003.
And was it your understanding that he was working?
Yes.
And up and through September and Marilyn's disappearance, was it your understanding that he was working?
Yes.
And beyond that, up until December when he was arrested, was it your understanding that he was working?
Yes.
What was it that you saw or heard him doing or saying that gave you the impression that he was routinely employed?
Well, I knew that he had his own business called Emerald Electric, and he would tell me he was out on various electrical electrical jobs. I mean, I remember one particular time he invited us out to dinner to a sub place, which I don't remember the name of. It could have been Quiznos or something down in, I think, Waterford Lakes.
Quiznos. I'm sorry, if I have to pick one side of the courtroom, I'm picking Stacey's side because they look angry and like they could kick everyone's ass. The courtroom's very full today, but I'm still picking Stacey's side of the room. Oh my gosh. And I think Suspender Man is back. I think he's sitting behind the blue jacket man. They do. They do look like they time traveled from the 80s and they're not happy about it. I would be happy to travel back to the 80s. But man, Frank, I'm so happy to see you. Glad you're here. AJ, oh, old McDonald. I can't even say that without singing the song. Probably because I hear it a lot. The 80s call, they want their Karens back. Maybe they're like, no, you keep them. You keep them.
And when we got there, he said he had been working on those lights, that he had done some electrical work on the lights there.
So would you get money from him on a monthly basis for anything?
No.
And was that because you didn't need it, because he didn't have it? Was he doing a substantial work that you thought was
Well,
sufficient?
since my brother had already lived with us for 6 years and never gave us a nickel. And I mean, we didn't need it. I mean, we were doing fine. We didn't need it, you know. I don't kind of believe in that with family anyway. But our theory was, when Stacey and I talked about it, you know, if Ricky moves in, you know, instead of him paying us rent, he can just like help us around the house, you know, just do things around the house, you know. And so that's what he did. A lot of times he would make us dinner. We'd come home and dinner would be already made. So he would go out and buy the groceries and make us dinner. So
In 2003, were you working?
yes,
Where were you working and what hours and routine were you working?
I was working at Walt Disney World at, better think of it now, Donald's Double Feature, which is a little store inside the All-Star Movies Resort.
And where was Stacey working?
Stacey was working at Once Upon a Toy at Downtown Disney.
And had you both worked for Disney for some time?
We were just reaching our 10-year anniversary.
Were you both working full-time?
Yes.
Prior to Marilyn Kananen going missing in September of 2003, where is it that what would your big plan have been in the weeks leading up to September 11, 2003 have been for that month?
Typically, since my mother's birthday is on September 18th and Stacey's birthday is September 19th and my birthday is September 21st.
Typical testimony,
I'm sorry?
to the typical testimony, what were her plans?
Overruled.
You can go ahead.
We would go on a cruise with my mother. Or we would, at the last few years it was a cruise, but I mean, before we even just did cruises, I mean, we would be on vacation that week because it was my mother's birthday, Stacey's birthday, and my birthday, and we would always take that week off to go on vacation.
Now, was this year somewhat different because of the move?
Yes.
And how would that have affected whether time would have been taken off or not?
But when you're working at Walt Disney World, you have to make your vacation plans in advance, like a year in advance. So we did already plan to go on that vacation time, whatever it was we were going to do. I mean, had that week off. But then when we made plans to make the move, we had to take extra time off to move, which that was something we hadn't pre-planned. So we had to kind of rearrange all our scheduling and how things were done.
All right. So moving into the September time of 2003, if you normally would have kind of had a set plan, was it a little more up in the air because of those other issues?
Yes and no. Some of it I don't remember exactly because it was so long ago. I mean, honestly, I don't remember a lot. But the things that I do remember is, again, like I said, we always plan for that time off. And since I don't have any paperwork to look that up on how I exactly figured it out, but what I do remember is I did have that week scheduled out, the normal birthday week. I didn't think we were really going to do anything because we had to move, we spent extra money, et cetera, et cetera. But a week or so before, I got to thinking, well, maybe I'll still take my mother on a cruise if I can get a good deal. So I started making phone calls, trying to see if I can get a good deal. As it turned out, the Carnival Glory was just having one of their first cruises. But unfortunately, it was not on the week that I had planned. It was just a few days before. So I kind of considered it. I think I booked it. I don't remember exactly how I did it, but end result was I had to go to work and try to get people to work my shifts so that I could still go on, so I could go on the cruise on a different time than I normally would have done.
Did Stacey have anything to do with that last minute plan being made for you to go on the cruise with your mother?
No, she wanted to stay home and take care of the house.
And was that unusual?
No, she didn't like to cruise.
Would it be unusual for you to take trips or occasionally do things with your mother without Stacey?
Yes.
Was there any conversation about you being upset that she didn't want to go or anything such as that?
She was going to spend time at the house and spend time with her mother.
So the plans would have been made for you to leave on the cruise on, well, what day were you going to leave on the cruise and when would that plan have been made?
For the cruise we actually went on?
Mm-hmm.
The cruise
Yes.
left on September 13th.
And when do you think you would have actually made that plan?
If I remember correctly, I thought it was only like about a week before because I had to really hustle to get somebody to cover my shifts.
And so prior to going on the cruise, would you have had to make arrangements to get your mother?
Well, I don't make arrangements. I just know I have to go there and get her.
Okay.
She's handicapped. She couldn't have come over on her own.
And where was she living at that time?
My mother was living in Hudson,
And
which is 2 hours away from here,
and in what county in Florida?
Pasco County.
And when is it that you would have gone over to get your mother?
A day or two before. At a minimum, it would have been a day or two before we had to go on the cruise because the cruise would be in, what did it go out of? I don't remember when it went out of now.
Would have gone out of the west coast of Florida.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's like the one out in Titusville, Cocoa Beach.
All right. And so you would have gone, when you went over to get your mom, would you have spent the night in Hudson or would you have come back?
I would have spent the night.
And when you came back, would you have come back in your vehicle or her vehicle?
My mother's van.
And why is that?
Because my mother is handicapped and she has an electric scooter. So I would need the van to put the electric scooter in it.
And so what is the time, what's the possible time frame for when it is you went to Hudson and when you came back from Hudson? Or do you remember exactly when those days would have been?
Unfortunately, I do not remember exactly. I do know that on the night that Marilyn was missing, my mother and I had gone shopping. So we were already in Orlando. So I had either came back that day or had come back the day before. But I do not remember the exactness of that.
And when you came back from Hudson, your vehicle would have been your vehicle would have remained in Hudson.
Yeah, my car was in Hudson the whole time, from the time I got my mother until I brought my mother home.
And so what do you recall happening on the day of September 11 prior to you finding out that Marilyn was missing?
I remember that we had been shopping, my mother and I were shopping. And we were coming home, it was dark out. I thought maybe it was 9-ish or so. I have in my head that we had stayed pretty late. And we were coming home. In order to come home to our house, the normal way we would go is to down the street. It's up Alachua, I can't pronounce it right.
Alachua?
To pass by, and we would pass by Marilyn's house, make the turn onto Okaloosa. When that was lights, all the lights were on in Marilyn's house, and the door was wide open, and it was obvious something was wrong. So I pulled over, I stopped, and I went inside the house. Of course, my mother didn't go in because, like I said, I would have to put her in a scooter and all that jazz. So I went in the house to find out what was going on.
And who did you have, or who did you see?
Stacey and Richard were in the house already.
And were the Brackens there yet?
No.
And who talked to you?
Richard was talking.
And what was he saying?
Richard said, look at all, he said something about mom missing because it all happened so fast. But in either case, mom is missing, and then he was discussing about how all this paperwork is on the counter, and it was all like IRS stuff, you know, like your tax papers that you have to do all the time. And then he just kept rattling how all this paperwork is out. Dad must have came and got Marilyn because he found out that she was taking all this money, that she was collecting all this disability money, and he must have found out about it. So he must have came and taken her. All her clothes are gone. Look, the pictures aren't hanging on the wall. And I mean, he was just like rattling. And I was like, oh my God, you know.
And how was Stacey reacting?
Bewildered, you know, emotional, bewildered. Had
you heard about the kids' upbringing and about how Mr. Kananen had treated them?
Yes.
How was Richard's demeanor? How was he kind of acting as he was saying this? Was he acting like he believed it?
Well, yeah, I mean, I believed it.
And so how long were you there in the house with them?
There for a little bit. A detective came in. He started to talk. I don't remember the questions or, you know, I mean, he asked a couple of questions, you know, one of us or all of us answered. Then Chris and Cheryl came. And then I remember more things being said. At that point, I think is when Ricky again said, well, Dad must be back. And then Cheryl got upset because she was afraid that he would do something with her kids.
Did Richard refer to his father as Dad?
I don't remember.
And when you say Cheryl was upset, what was she doing or saying that made you think she was upset?
And she got really upset and scared. She was like crying and, you know, just, I don't remember exactly what she said, but it was in reference to her kids, being afraid for her kids.
And at that point, where did you go to? Or what did you do?
I was probably there for just maybe another minute because then the police officer started to ask some more questions. And then I believe Stacey was starting to answer questions, and then Chris said, no, Cheryl's going to answer the questions. And then I realized that they were just going to start proceeding, asking questions, you know, to fill out that form that they have to fill out and all. So by that point, with my mother still in the car, I thought I would just go and take my mother home.
And about what time was it at this point?
Honestly, I couldn't say. I was probably in the house half an hour maybe.
And did they take any statement from you or anything?
No, nobody asked me anything.
So you would not have had anything to refer back to as far as a report or anything that you would have written. You're going off purely what your memory is.
Yes.
And so you would have gone back home or over to Okaloosa address with your mother?
Yes.
And do you remember what you did there?
Well, I would have gotten my mother out of the van, got my mother situated. When you're dealing with my mother, it's you and my mother and nothing else is. So I would just be taking care of my mother, getting out of the van, you know, doing whatever my mother wanted me to do.
And do you remember when you would have next gotten an update from anybody or have seen Stacey?
I don't remember because since that night, we have not talked about this. So it's really kind of been blocked out of my mind. It's just recently knowing the trial was here that I started thinking about things and trying to remember things. And I honestly, I don't remember. I just remember so little about that particular time frame.
Do you remember what you would have done the next day, which would have been the 12th and the day before the cruise?
I know I wasn't working. At least I don't think I was. I do remember Stacey and Ricky did go to, at some point, I think it was early in the morning or something, they had driven out to where Marilyn worked to see if anybody knew anything. Then I remembered that they had come home at some point in time. I mean, I know I've probably seen them back and forth, but I don't remember. The only visions I have left in my head is all I can repeat. I remember that we had poster board on the table and that they asked me, well, not that they had to ask me, but I was helping them find a picture of Marilyn to use on the poster, a picture that would be appropriate. You know, we didn't want to use like a picture like you just had there with Disney and kids and stuff, you know. We wanted just a picture of Marilyn. So we did find a picture that we used. That they used to put on this poster, and then they wrote on the poster whatever it was that they wrote.
And was there any conversation about whether you'd go on the cruise or not?
Yes.
And what did that go like?
Well, I was thinking about not going.
Hearsay.
It's not offered.
Oh,
What was the conversation about whether
I
you
told Stacey that perhaps I shouldn't go on the cruise. Maybe I should stay home because, I mean, I was just as close to Marilyn. I mean, she wasn't my mother, but, she was almost like a mother to me. But my mother's very strong, and my mother said that, there was really nothing I could do, because I wanted to be there for Stacey to be support. But my mother's like, well, the police will take care of it. She'll be fine. The police will take care of it.
So you left on the 13th?
So we did go on the cruise.
Okay. And you were gone for how long?
7 days.
Now, the evening of the 11th, then, were you informed that Marilyn had not gone to work?
Yes, that was one of the things that was said when I went in the house. I believe in all that rattling of whatever Richard was saying and whatever either Richard or Stacey did say to me that, see if I can get it right in my head. I believe what it was is somebody from Marilyn's work called Cheryl to find out if Marilyn was okay, because she did not come to work and the person was trying to call Marilyn all day long and nobody answered the phone.
Were you aware of Marilyn's plans to leave town that Friday?
I had heard she might.
Prior to her disappearing, you had heard that she might be going out of town on the 12th?
Yes.
And would that have been like the Marilyn you knew for her not to show up at work?
No.
And what was she like when it came to things like having a schedule and those kinds of things? How would you describe her as far as her level of being strict about a routine or loose?
She was very strict on her routine. She got up at a certain time every morning. She had her coffee, read her newspaper. I mean, she was very regimented on how she did things. In the evening, it would be the same. She would, by a certain time, she would want to take her shower and get ready for bed and go to bed.
Tell the jury about Marilyn's routine in the morning when it came to things like the newspaper and the newspaper wrapper.
I'm at this point to stay with a chef without more of a foundation.
no, you have to put on the testimony time.
Were you around Marilyn at various times of the day?
Yes.
On many occasions?
Yes.
And were you around her during the morning hours?
Yes.
On many occasions?
When Stacey had her car accident, Stacey stayed at her mother's house while she was being rehabilitated. And on my days off, I would sleep there.
So you're very familiar with Marilyn's routine, both in the morning and the evening?
Yes.
And what was her routine in the morning?
In the morning, she typically got up around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. She'd have her coffee. She'd read the newspaper. She might have a bite to eat. And before she would leave for work, she'd get dressed, blah, 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 but before she would leave for work, she would always have she'd have the coffee bottle clean, everything be clean in the kitchen, the newspaper be thrown out. She never used a garbage can. She always used the newspaper, that plastic thingy you use for the newspaper. That was what she always used for her garbage, and all that would be in the garbage pail before she left for work.
All right, meaning she would not use a garbage pail in the kitchen?
Never.
And so the grinds from the coffee maker would go in that plastic wrapper before she went to work?
Yep.
Where would the coffee machine go before she went to work?
Well, when Grandpa was living, when Grandpa was living, the coffee pot didn't necessarily get put away. The grinds would be thrown out, but the coffee pot might have been sitting there. But because she would leave that out for Grandpa naturally. But when Grandpa was not alive, she might have put it away. Because it seems to me she did leave the coffee pot on the counter many times, but it would be clean if she wasn't using it.
Would the actual container that the coffee was in be cleaned as well?
What do you mean the container?
Meaning the pitcher that you pour the coffee out of that is part of the coffee machine. Would she actually clean that out?
No, she used a percolator, a silver plug-it-in percolator, so the coffee stays in there.
All right. And was she somebody who would leave things out on the cabinets and the countertops?
Nope. She would not leave anything out.
Was
She'd complain if Grandpa left a crumb on the table. I mean, I don't mean to be silly, but she was just that way. That's how she was. She wanted her counters to always be clean. And when Grandpa was living there, I mean, he'd make a little sandwich or whatever he'd do. And if she saw a little crime, I mean, she wasn't like yelling at him or nothing, but I mean, if we were there, she'd make a little mumble, well, you think you could clean it up? Well, I mean, the guy is like, how old? You can't see these little tiny crumbs,
What about her routine in the evening that you saw?
She did not like to stay out late. Occasionally she would. I mean, like for a while we had like game night, at Cheryl's house, and we'd go there, but we tried to be a little early so that she could get home late. Get home early enough, because she generally by 7-ish she wants to be like have her shower and start settling down and get ready for bed.
The game nights at that point in time, how old were the Bracken kids? Ish.
Oy. Maybe Christopher was 10, 11.
And his two sisters younger?
Yes.
So would game night include 2-hour-long Monopoly or Scrabble games, or what kind of?
No, there were simple games. The one game I particularly remember dealt with the states. We had to know the capital of the states and things like that. So it wasn't a game that would take a really long time. So that was a game that we would play a lot together at the dining table. But then occasionally we might play separately, play a little kiddie game or something with Kaylee, or, different things like that. But it would never be anything that would be much more than, I know for sure, not more than 2 hours.
In the months leading up to Marilyn's disappearance, were you and Ricky and Stacey going to the movies often together?
We did go to the movies frequently.
And any particular place that you would go to the movies, or various places?
Most of the movie theaters we went to were, I don't remember the names of the movie theaters, but it was the 2 movie theaters that were on Colonial Drive.
And any particular type of variety of movies, or?
No, just whatever was playing. I mean, they were the cheap movie theaters. We primarily went to the one where you can get in for $1 or $3, whatever it was at the time.
Now, would you and Stacey and Marilyn go to the movies?
Not near as often.
And what types of movies would you go to when you took Marilyn?
Primarily Disney.
Go ahead.
Primarily Disney. The last movie that I recall seeing with Marilyn, and I believe it was that year, 2003, was for her birthday. We went to see Fantasia 3 at the Movica.
Had you and Richard and Stacey seen the movie Charlie's Angels 2?
Yes, we did.
Would you have ever suggested to Marilyn that you and she and Stacey go see the movie Charlie's Angels 2?
No.
And did you ever see Stacey and Ricky and Marilyn go to movies together?
No.
Now, while you were on the cruise, were you able to have any contact with anybody back home?
I do remember calling Stacey once.
Did you have were you able to have cell phone service while you were on the cruise?
No, it was only one of the times when we got off that I remember I was able to reach her. It might have been at the Bahamas, but I don't remember.
Let me back up a minute. In the earlier in the summer of 2003, were you aware of there being a dispute in the family, or Cheryl being upset about something that had to do with Richard and Stacey?
Yes.
And what did you know about that, and when do you recall knowing about that?
It was in August. It was right after we had dinner with their Aunt Nancy.
And this would have been Nancy, who was visiting from out of town?
Yes.
And what were you made aware of?
We had a wonderful night. We had a good dinner. Everything was good. Aunt Nancy was there. Cheryl and Chris were there. The kids were there. Marilyn was there. And it was great. But then when everybody left, we went in the house, and when we each went in our separate rooms, there was a letter on Richard's pillow, and then there was a letter on Stacey's pillow from Cheryl.
So when the Brackens left, there was nothing about Cheryl's demeanor that would have clued you in that she was unhappy?
No.
Was that a common thing that you saw in this family as far as not being verbally upfront with feelings and those kinds of things?
They've never really, and like I said, Stacey and Cheryl are not really all, they're not that close. I mean, I think it's more of acknowledging one another.
And what did you know personally about what Richard and Stacey had done to invite or create Cheryl's leaving that note for them?
But I read the note, so I was aware of what was said in the note at the time.
Were you aware, without saying what Ricky or Stacey would have told you about what they did, were you personally aware and see what they did to bring about that note?
From what I knew, Stacey didn't do anything.
Well, I'm
in reference, let me clarify. In reference to the note was referring that Ricky and Stacey had, if I remember correctly, gone to Cheryl's pastor.
I'm not asking you that.
I didn't know any of that.
Okay. Oh, that's what I'm asking you. Did you personally know? I mean, did you see any of the things that I referred to?
No.
Now, after that note was left, and up until Marilyn went missing on September 11th, was the communication between you all and the Brackens different after the note than before the note?
Yes.
And how was it different?
Because of the note stated to the effect of, and I know I'm not going to word it exactly right, but basically, the Brackens were going through whatever they were going through, and Cheryl left the impression that she wanted to be able to go through it in her own way, and basically for them to butt out.
And so how did the contact change?
What do you mean, how did the contact change?
Was there the same level of contact between you all and the Brackens after the note as before the note?
There was no contact after that.
All right. And so were there times that you would have expected to be together or invited over by the Brackens that you were not after the note?
Yes, I can't think of, it was definitely different because it's hard for me to explain it. It was just definitely different.
Right.
I mean, Stacey was upset because, we were just starting to get even closer. We lived closer. They were coming over. They came over for the holidays. They were over for Easter. They were over for Memorial Day. They were over, I think they might have been over for the 4th of July. Aunt Nancy just came over. We had this big dinner. It was Cheryl's idea to have the dinner in our house and to be presented with that letter. Stacey was shocked. She didn't know what to think.
Did you encourage Stacey to attempt to reach out or communicate with Cheryl?
I told her she should call Cheryl up and talk to her.
And to your knowledge, did that happen?
No, Stacey said that Cheryl wouldn't talk to her. This is how Cheryl is. She'll just write a letter. So then I said, well, write her a letter back. And she said, no, just let it be. This is Cheryl wants to handle it this way. Let Cheryl handle it that way.
Had you experienced Stacey before having difficulty verbalizing those kinds of emotions?
Yes, she doesn't like confrontation.
So at the time that you went over to Marilyn's house on the evening of the 11th, up until that point, had things normalized between the families, between you all and the Brackens at that point? Or was there still a rift as of the date of the disappearance?
I believe so.
You believe which?
I believe they still kind of had a rift.
And when you got back from the cruise on the 20th, would you have immediately gone back to Hudson with your mother?
Not that day.
How long was it before you returned your mother to Hudson?
I don't remember, but the earliest it would have been the day after.
The 21st?
I don't remember what day the cruise came back. If it came back on the 20th, the earliest I would have gone back to Hudson would have been the 21st.
And when you took your mother back to Hudson, would you have stayed the night or would you come back that day?
Depending on my work schedule, if I didn't have to work the next day, I definitely would have stayed over.
And when you came back, would you have brought your vehicle back?
Yes.
So did your vehicle have its tag attached to it on September 21, 22, 23, whatever day that is you brought it back from Hudson?
Yes.
Now, at some point in the future, did your tag go missing?
Yes, it did.
And do you recall how many days or weeks later it would have been that you realized your tag was missing?
I do not remember the time frame.
Do you remember what it is you were doing or where you were when you realized your tag was missing?
When I realized my license plate was missing, I had gone to the McCoy Bank on Lake Underhill, and I had parked facing the shopping center, if you will. So I had to walk that way from my car, went into the bank. So when I was coming out of the bank, I was therefore facing the back of my car, and that's when I discovered I did not have a license plate.
And what's your best recollection of how many weeks after you got back from the cruise that would have been?
I honestly cannot say.
In the days after you got back from the cruise, what is it that Ricky was saying to you about his mother and what he was doing in order to try to find her?
He said he had been talking to the police.
And what other information did he give you did he give you any theories as to where he thought she might be or what reason she might have left?
Well, before I had left on the cruise, he had told us that she must have, let me rephrase that. Before I left on the cruise, he left me believing that their father came and took the mother. So when I went on the cruise, that's what I believed, that she was off with the father.
And when you're having these conversations, is it Richard telling you and Stacey, or is it Richard and Stacey telling you?
It was Richard telling us.
And anything about the license, his driver's license, and changing that?
Yeah, sometime later, within 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I mean, it was well after we came back from the cruise, obviously.
What did he tell you about that?
He had made mention that he was going to change his license to put 7611 Alachua Street on it so that it would appear that he was his father.
For what purpose?
He said because Marilyn's bank account, he would be able to get into Marilyn's bank account based on the fact that he would be considered the father.
And how was that going to assist him in finding her?
I don't know. I was assuming that the father's name was on the bank accounts.
But how would getting access to the bank accounts help Richard figure out where they were?
Oh, he said that if he had access to the bank account, he could see when Marilyn went to pull money out, he would know like what city or what state she was in to try to trace where she was.
Did he say anything about utilizing that in order to take money out of that account?
No, he did not.
Did he talk about attempting to pay her bills or otherwise assist her by using that method?
I don't recall, but that is possible, but I don't recall.
Did he talk about when you got back into town, did he talk about any meetings or things that he was actively doing in order to find Marilyn? What was the impression he gave you?
The impressions I got, because a lot of times I'd come home from work and, he would say, kind of give me like an update. And it was, he had talked to the police. Another time he had talked to the FBI. Then it got to a point where he said something about IRS and they might come and take the house. And
now, when he's saying these things, is it him and Stacey telling you, or is he telling you and Stacey?
it was him telling me because I was home and she wasn't. Sometimes I would be home and she wasn't home. And
okay.
so it was various. Sometimes Stacey's with me, sometimes Stacey's not with me. He's telling me things various times.
All right. And at that point in time, when you got back from the cruise, you're both still working full-time at Disney?
Yes.
And working what kind of schedule approximately?
I generally worked, say, 7 a.m. till, what would that be, 3 or 4? I usually work the morning shift, day shift.
Did Ricky ever give you any other documents or show you pieces of paper or make it appear that he was doing some documentation in his search for Marilyn?
I don't recall seeing any.
Did Richard and Stacey appear to be together all the time? Were they secretive with each other? Did you see them together more than they had been before?
Not anymore. They weren't secretive.
Ever catch them whispering behind your back or
No.
being quiet when you came into a room or hanging up the phone when you rounded the corner or anything like that?
No.
And why were you surprised that Stacey and Cheryl weren't burn up the phone line trying to figure out what had happened to Marilyn?
No,
And,
they
why-
rarely talk to begin with. Why would they be they rarely talk to begin with. And then there was that little rift in August, and so
did you have the impression that anybody was communicating with Cheryl about what was going on?
I assumed Ricky was talking to her.
And did you assume that because he was seemed to be the point person, or why would you assume that he was?
I mean, the way I took it, he was the older brother. He was taking care of it.
Right. When you and your mom went on the cruise, did you leave anything at your house belonging to your mother?
Her dog.
And how often was that dog left there at your home? How often would your mother's dog be at your house?
My mother's dog would only be at her house if my mother was there.
And was there any issue between your mother's dog and either other dogs or unfamiliar children?
When my mother's dog, Sadie, when my mother would be with us, and of course we always brought Sadie with us, Sadie does not like cats. Sadie did not grow up with cats. Sadie does not like cats. And we had 3 cats. So a lot of times, especially if I was going to go to work or, we knew we were going to go out shopping and nobody was going to be home, we would put Sadie in my mother's bedroom and close the door.
In your mother's bedroom, you're talking about the guest bedroom at your home on Okaloosa?
Yes.
And that would be the typical place for that dog to be while
Yes.
it was at your house?
Yeah, if nobody was going to be home, because the dog would chase the cats.
Do you remember the visit to the Brackens for Caitlin's birthday in fall of 2003?
Vaguely.
And do you recall whether or not you would have gone to any other social event at the Brackens that fall that Marilyn was missing?
I believe that was the last time we were there.
And
After Marilyn was missing or before?
after?
After. I think Kaylee.
Kaylee, I'm sorry. Anything, was this a surprise, given the state of the relationship between you all and the Brackens, that you got this invitation?
A little.
And anything unusual or uncomfortable about the visit?
I didn't really think so. I mean, I'm more, when I'm over there, I'm very kid oriented. So the kids are all over me and I'm all over them. So I was really paying more attention to the kids. And so I really wasn't paying attention to the adults.
Anything said to you to indicate any anger or suspicion or fear toward you or those who were living in your home?
Not that I noticed.
At some point during Marilyn's disappearance, did you and Stacey have a garage sale?
Yes, we did.
What did you sell at the garage sale?
All kinds of miscellaneous things. Stuffed animals.
Any Disney stuff?
I know that I had I'm pretty sure it was a Bambi, like children's dinnerware set. I know I had that. I could have had a stuffed animal or two. I mean, I have a million Disney, besides big stuffed animals, but I mean, I have like all the little Beanie Babies and all of that. I collect pins, and I know at that time I did pins, Pins.
So
I did have some miscellaneous pins I did have out there. I know because I started to collect DVDs instead of VHSs, that I know I had a couple of Disney VHSs out there.
Okay. Prior to the garage sale, had you and Stacey collected over the years a variety of Disney items?
Yes, we did.
All right, I'm going to show you. And did you take some photos of some of the Disney items that you own to give to me?
Yes, I did.
All right. I want you to just look at this stack marked defense L, and just tell me if that's the stack of photos that we provided.
Lots of pictures of collectible pins. the pictures that are in our china not the pictures, but the items that are in our china cabinet, which are all Disney, of the Disneyana collectible things that we have collected through the years. Which, that's a lot of them. I'm actually not looking at every single one.
Is that a stack of photos you provided?
This is the stack of photos.
And did you take those photos of?
Yes, I did. I took them with my own camera.
And these are a true and accurate representation of the variety and type of Disney
Yes, they are.
paraphernalia? And is this a accurate depiction of the variety and type of Disney paraphernalia that you would have owned in fall of 2003?
Yes, it is.
I would have the Senator's defense next.
It's the
The
same.
state would object without a proper foundation as to the time these photographs are taken, and if these pictures were sold at the garage sale.
You need to leave a foundation.
Well, none of,
Let's take a break. Now, some of those photos, Ms. Dennis, don't even just have your client in them, so I'm not concerned with those.
sure. This, I'm going to show these photos that we looked at before, and I think what we want is the where and when.
Yes, when they were taken.
Well,
Because for the record, they've got to be relevant. Go ahead.
I mean, I won't be able to remember the year because unless I wrote it on the back. This particular picture is Marilyn, Stacey, and I at,
You don't have to describe it. If you would just tell us
The year.
the year.
oh, golly gee. How am I going to know the year?
That would be hard. I guess that was a good objection by the prosecutor because that would be hard to know the year, especially 7 years later. You might have a better chance of knowing it. But I can't even imagine. That's irrelevant. Frank, you tried putting posters on your nails once. Yeah, they have nail stickers. There's generally extra ones in there, whoever, so you can just use a different one. I think I've only used them a couple times, so Haley's probably better versed than I am. I can't either. I can paint one hand really well, and then I'm like, yep, nah. Yeah, you can take them off. Yeah. Judge Libet seems to not have been lubed up this morning because he doesn't seem like he's in a very good mood. He's done with these attorneys. I'm telling you, he is done with these attorneys. That's true, Deidre. They did used to have the date stamped on the back of them, and probably around that time frame in early 2000s. You like the smell of nail polish remover? So acetone. Oh my goodness. All right. I wonder if she can't read the date, maybe. You like the taste of acetone, don't we?
I mean, I know it's well before 2003, given,
All right, then what we're looking, okay, then how about any of these in 2003 or the last half of 2002?
this particular picture from Busch Gardens could very well be December of 2002, given my hairstyle.
All right, this picture of you and Marilyn and Stacey with the white tiger at the gardens?
Yes.
Okay, this one is March 2002, when would that have been?
This picture I know for sure. This is the picture of Marilyn.
You don't
Stacey.
have to describe them, man.
Oh, okay.
Just
This
tell us.
particular picture is when we came, actually, I think it's when we came home from Boston. This is at the Orlando International Airport. I wanted a picture of, since all of us were together in front of the Christmas tree. That was November of 2002.
All right. Here for either of those.
This picture, you don't want to know where it is, but
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
he said he didn't want to know where it was, but it's when we went to Niagara Falls. And I don't remember what year we went to Niagara Falls.
Okay, how about apples?
I wish I wrote on that. Perhaps Christmas 2001.
And those two.
Money did I don't pay It'll be in the 2000s, either 2000, 2001, probably maybe 2001. Trying to remember how long when she worked there.
And that one.
Well, Grandpa's in the picture, so it was definitely before November of 2002.
Was it in 2002 or not?
It could very well have been the summer of 2002 or the spring.
And how about that one? That's.
This one is dated, so this one is easy, July 22nd, 2000.
All right. All right, so you believe this one was sometime in 2001?
It could have been.
Could have been.
I mean, I can't say definitely without the date on there. I mean, we went so many times.
And then these two are from 2002.
I-
One from Christmas.
Because I know this is definitely 2002. I would say this could very well be Christmas 2002 because I look pretty much the same.
Okay. So based on your ruling or reasoning, I'm going to have these three.
Don't you want to do that in front of the jury?
Yeah, well, I guess I want to give you a chance to look at it.
She's going to have to give this testimony about these photos back to the jury as to the dates.
Girls Kananen, for sure that's in November 2002, it's not relevant to what was going on in the family, especially with the testimony that's been brought forward of what else was going on with the family.
Did you hear that outside? I'm going to let you put those three in. I'll overrule the objection. Yes.
I don't want to get supportive of.
Yes.
This is part of this about her being putting her somebody's property.
She's going to ask her, she put up her mother's property for bond, she buys. It's totally proper. Buys for testimony. All right, as to the other photos, you know what you need to do with those, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's bring the jury back in, please. Yeah, you can mark them for identification. And then,
it's already identified.
okay, well, there were about 10 of them.
I know, but they're
Just-
gonna be taken from. So still,
Okay,
but they'll be given them.
She's already up, arms crossed, ready to object.
and the reason for the
This
other
one-
photos not coming in for the record
Screw it.
is there's no way to establish relevancy. That they're relevant to everything.
seated.
Ms. Kananen, you have selected out of the photos you looked at before, a couple, I'm going to show you what's been done on 11, 12, and 18. And if you would just briefly state where and approximately when those photos were taken and who's in them.
The picture I'm looking at is a picture of Marilyn, Cheryl, Kaylee, Christopher, Chris, Caitlin, Stacy, and myself in front of a Christmas tree at the Orlando International Airport the day we came back from Grandpa's funeral.
And that would be in December of,
That was in, well, it was Thanksgiving time, so it was, so we spent Thanksgiving in Boston, so it was a day or so after.
so November 2002.
Boston.
Yes.
And the next one.
I have no idea what their status is during this time or now. I don't know. I've really not looked up anything on this because I don't want, it doesn't tell me the verdict like some of them do. So I've just been kind of flying blind on this, so I'm not sure. Well, gym teacher wouldn't go out with Stacy because she couldn't even lift and squat at the same time. I think all the people on Stacy's side of the room are there to tell the jury, like, you know, you, you might want to go our way because we can all kick your guys' asses. We're just, you know, they are all frowning, all of them. And gym teacher's chewing gum, so suspender ban. Better not see her. And I'm kind of wondering if the bailiff just rushed over to the blue jacket man. He didn't look like he was doing very well. Yeah, I don't want you to get hit. I don't want Gabby to have to hit you again. You know, got to keep you in line.
This is a picture of Marilyn, Stacy, and myself at Busch Gardens at Christmas time.
Is that a place that you all went to often with her?
Yes,
And was that at Christmas in 2002?
I believe it was.
And the next one?
A picture at Walt Disney World, sitting in the front on Main Street, is Grandpa, Marilyn, and Stacy, which I believe was either the spring or the summer of 2002.
Composite defense next.
State objects.
Our state's objection is there's no relevancy to the time frame of this murder, which is September of 2003.
Okay. The objection will be overruled. They'll be admitted as defense 23 composite.
In the time frame between you all moving to the Okaloosa Avenue address and Marilyn disappearing, how many times do you think you and Stacy and Marilyn, with or without your mom, spent time together at parks, going out for special occasions, just the three of you?
How much time did the three of us spend in the parks in 2003?
How many times did you have a occasion to spend that time together, just the three of you?
In 2003.
Correct.
At a minimum, probably 4.
And did you all have season passes at Disney?
Objection asked and answered.
I believe so.
We did not have season passes at Disney.
All right, you did not?
No, because we worked at Disney, so we automatically got in for free.
All right. And did Richard ever go to these trips to the parks and places that you all went together with you?
No.
I'm going to show you again the photographs that you just looked at of the Disney theme. Those photos were taken when?
These photos were taken last month.
And how many of the items depicted in those photos would you have had in the fall of 2003?
All of them.
So are you saying you have not bought any Disney memorabilia since the fall of 2003?
No, I have not.
You have not, all right. Is there a reason?
Kind of lost the interest. It's not the same.
So do these fairly and accurately depict all of the Disney memorabilia that you and Stacey had in your household at the time of that garage sale in the fall of 2003?
Those are the same items we had at that time.
And then we have the Senator's defense next.
State would object as they have no relevancy to what items were sold or not sold.
Why don't you try to lay that foundation down? She says she had all those items. Do you understand the objection?
Not really. Did you sell any of Marilyn's stuff at that garage sale?
No, I did not.
Did you have a full understanding of all of the Disney stuff that would have been owned by you and Stacey at that time?
Yes, I do.
And did you have control over all the items that were displayed and sold at that garage sale?
Yes, I did.
And did you own thousands and thousands of pieces of Disney memorabilia at that time?
Not thousands and thousands, but we have a lot.
A lot.
Not only do we have a lot, but yes, Marilyn had a lot also. A lot of what Marilyn had was the same things that we had. Because I, as a Disney cast member, even though I'm not supposed to technically, but I would buy a lot of the Disney collectibles that just newly came out that her and I both wanted to have. I would buy two, one for me and one for her.
And you are certain that the items that you would have sold at that garage sale in 2003, none of those would have come out of Marilyn Kananen's home?
Absolutely, they would not have.
And these photos accurately depict all of the various items of Disney stuff that you would have had at that time that you could have sold yourself if you'd wanted some money.
Yes.
Again, I'd move to have those entered as defense next.
State would object as these photos are not relevant to the items from the garage sale.
All right. They'll be received as overruled. Defendant's
State
composite
doesn't have
24.
any other objections.
Now, was Richard giving you information in the fall of 2003 about how, about changes he was making to Marilyn's home?
Some.
And what was he telling you he was doing, and why was he telling you he was doing it?
Objection, hearsay.
Sustained.
Judge, it's not hearsay.
Okay. It never has been. Sustained. Sustained.
Did you see Richard doing things at Marilyn's home?
A few times I did see him at the house.
And was he giving you explanations for what he was doing there?
Objection, hearsay.
I'm not asking you to tell me what he told you.
Overruled.
Was he giving you explanations?
The only time that I do remember him giving me an explanation was I was coming home from work and I saw him in front of Marilyn's house, and there was either a truck or a van or whatever, but there was activity going on in the garage. So I stopped to find out what was going on.
And did he give you an explanation for what he was doing there at the house?
He told me he was having some sort of rock put down on the garage floor because his father used to have some automotive thing and something was wrong with the floor, and he said it would be better if we cover it so that if the house ever had to get resold, it would be a better value.
Did Stacey ever give you explanations for what Richard was doing over at Marilyn's house?
No.
Were you aware of there being any items taken from Marilyn's home?
Yes.
And what types of items were you aware were being taken out of the home?
Richard told me that he was removing Marilyn's
Objection
collectibles.
as to the hearsay.
Sustained.
What types of items were you aware were being taken out of the home?
Everything, all her collectibles, he removed.
And where did those go?
He told me they went to a storage
Objection
unit.
as to the hearsay. She needs to have personal knowledge.
Actually, may we approach?
It's hearsay. It's what he told her.
It's impeachment.
It's sustained. Go ahead. That's the next question.
Were you aware of there being any other things taken out of Marilyn's home?
He brought a refrigerator over to our house.
Were you aware of any other items being taken out of Marilyn's home?
Yes, he brought some other items and put them in his bedroom.
Did you ever see Stacey taking or in possession of anything that came out of Marilyn's home?
No.
Did Stacey ever give you any of the explanations for why things were being removed from Marilyn's home?
No.
Were you aware of a conversation that took place between Cheryl and Stacey referenced the garage sale?
Repeat the question.
Were you aware of a conversation between, a telephone conversation between Cheryl and Stacey regarding
Yes.
the garage sale? Now, you would have been where when you heard?
I was standing in the dining room.
And so you were standing in the dining room with Stacey?
Yeah, I was standing in my dining room and Stacy's in my house.
So you would have only heard her end of the conversation?
Correct.
And how long would this have been after the garage sale?
It was real close to Thanksgiving,
I
but
meant,
I don't remember. It wasn't that day. But since I don't remember the time frame of the garage sale to Thanksgiving, I just remember it was in between that time.
and how did you know that it was in reference to the garage sale?
Because I remember Stacy being upset, and I remember some of the things that she said, and I remember her being upset. And afterwards, we both said, well, there's going to be a nice Thanksgiving now.
Did you hear Stacey giving information about where the collectibles were?
She told Cheryl on the phone, what I heard her say on the phone was, and that's when she started to get upset, is no, I didn't sell Mother's things at a garage sale. And then she said, I might not have the words exact, but something to the effect of Mother's things are in the store or in a storage unit.
Did you ever hear Richard talk about having storage units
Yes,
and going to storage units?
not units. I just knew of he would say storage unit.
All right, so
I didn't know he had more than one.
all right. Did you ever hear Stacey talk about going to Richard's storage unit?
No,
So in December of 2003, what was your, say, the midway through December of 2003, what was your understanding of the status of the investigation of where Marilyn had gone?
at that point, the story had gotten turned to. Richard told us that she was going to be under investigation, that because of this money that she was collecting, this disability money, that the IRS was going to be after her. So that was the reason why she left. That was the new story.
And did he give details about what kind of trouble she was in, or details about that made that more believable to you?
Just, I mean, I can't remember detail by detail, but just,
Did he indicate that he,
that she was collecting all that money and the IRS knew about it. And I remember him saying something about that, she would have to bring, Richard Sr. or whatever. It was all, I mean, he would just rattle whatever stuff. The exact specifics, I mean, I don't remember now, but I believed him.
did he,
Snipe, since YouTube won't let me send, I'll have to see if I can find one, Snipe. Rejected. I'll see if I can find one. Rejected. I will just tell you, I will have to see if I can find one. I'll probably get a big X. YouTube will just stamp me. Rejected. Jerks.
indicate that he had gotten that information from any official source?
Yes.
And what did he say about that?
Well, he would tell me that he either spoke to the sheriff or he spoke to the police, the sheriff's department, the police department. He has told me he spoke to the FBI. He has told me he spoke to the IRS.
It's not offered to show that Richard said those things. It's offered to show that he was in charge of the cover-up. Did he?
Which would mean it's being offered for the truth of the matter asserted.
It's a stake.
The finances between you and Stacey in the fall of 2003, who would have been in control of, did you do online banking at all?
I did a little bit, but at that time, not near as much.
And what
I mean,
banks
when you
did,
say the fall, are you talking about October? October would be the fall, and Marilyn was not here at that time.
correct. Were you doing, in October, November of 2003, where were you banking, you and Stacey?
Our main bank account was at Vista Federal Credit Union for Walt Disney World. Our second bank account was McCoy Federal.
And were you doing any online banking at that time?
I did have some of my bills taken out automatically.
And would you go online and write checks?
I don't believe I did at that time.
What was Stacey's skill level when it came to the computer and specifically email, internet usage, that kind of thing?
She never used the computer.
And did you all have an email account?
I did.
And if anybody was to send email, who would that have been?
To me?
I mean, from your internet email account, who of the two of you would send those emails?
Oh, I'd be the only one sending email.
Did you ever see her operate or utilize Richard's computer?
No.
There was a time in November 2003 that Richard gave you some funds, gave you some money?
Not to me personally.
Well, paid some things on your behalf.
Yes, he did.
How did that come about?
One night he told me that he had won the Fantasy 5. Actually, he told both of us together. We were sitting at the dining room table. That he had won the Fantasy 5. And, since we've been helping him out, so to speak, by giving him a place to live, he wanted to help us out by either putting some money on our mortgage or paying off my car.
And did you know him to be somebody who played the Fantasy 5?
Yes, he played the lottery all the time.
And how much money did he put down on your mortgage?
I don't recall if he did.
No, I'm sorry.
I don't recall if he put money on the mortgage.
Oh, all
I
right.
remember that he did pay off the car.
All right. And how much would that have been?
Seems to me it was $2,400.
And did he give you any other funds?
No.
Do you remember if he mentioned what the total amount was that he had won?
I have like $15,000 in my head, but I may be mistaken.
How did that?
I knew he said it was a great amount, but
how did that relate in time to when he got a new vehicle?
he probably got a new one shortly thereafter.
And what was your understanding of whether that was paid for cash, loan?
I didn't ask.
Did you have any knowledge whatsoever? Did anybody ever say anything about whether he paid for it cash or put down a loan? Or
No.
did he talk about whether that down payment was somehow related to the Fantasy 5 winnings or anything like that?
No.
And when did that happen in relation to when Stacey got a new vehicle?
Stacy got a new truck shortly within the same time frame.
Now, had either of them, well, he had a van prior to him getting the truck that he kept. Is that right?
Yes, he had an old van.
Was there any vehicle that you were aware of that he would have traded in for his truck?
No, he just had the old van.
And Stacey's vehicle, were there any problems with that leading up
She
to?
was having problems with the starter.
So were you surprised when she got a new vehicle?
No.
And what was were you sharing expenses at that point?
Yes.
So was that a car payment that you would have had to share, essentially?
Well, if you want to call it sharing, I mean, all our money went in the same bank account and we wrote out the same checks for whether it's for her bill or my bill. It's the same.
Any issue with you taking on a new car payment?
No, we had the money.
Was that something you would have expected her to talk to you beforehand about or anything like that?
No.
And on December 22 of 2003, do you recall if you would have been working on that day?
Yes, I was.
And do you recall when it is you would have gotten home?
I got home after it was dark.
And, well, given it was December, that doesn't
Yeah, I'm
necessarily.
thinking 6-ish maybe.
And when you got home, was law enforcement at your home?
Yes, they were.
And how many law enforcement officers were there?
I think initially 2.
Was that a surprise to you?
Very much. I mean, it was and it wasn't because I had already passed Marilyn's house. So I was already aware that there was a situation.
Were you upset at this point or worried?
Yeah, I was frantic.
And when I assume you had conversations with law enforcement there at your house?
Yes.
And did you express to them that you were concerned and about?
Well, the first thing I did, since I was panicked by the time I got home, I they were rattling whatever they were rattling to me because my first thing was, where is Stacey and what's happened? So I immediately was racing through the house to get to the answering machine to see if she had left me a message. And they just basically followed me until I kind of settled for a half a minute so they could talk to me.
And how long were they in the house there talking to you?
A long time.
And were they giving you information? Were you giving them information?
A little of both.
Were they asking you permission to search the house or take anything out of the house or anything like that?
Not at that time.
Were they giving you any information on where Stacey was?
They did tell me she was in the hospital.
And did they tell you where?
I don't remember them telling me which hospital.
And how long were they there at your house?
Maybe 1 o'clock in the morning.
And by the time they left, you were aware of what they'd found in your backyard?
Yes, I was.
Shocked to you?
Oh, yeah. Very shocked.
And how many days before you got a chance to see Stacey?
It was either 2 or 3.
And how many days before she came home from the hospital?
Maybe another day. I think it was maybe the day after Christmas.
Do you recall Betty Kelly bringing some people over to help fill in the hole in the backyard?
Betty came over to see how we were. And I told her we didn't know how we were going to handle the backyard. So she said she'd send somebody over.
How many more days did you live in that house?
At least a month.
At some point, did you decide you didn't want to live there any longer?
I didn't think we could.
And where'd you and Stacey move from there?
Thought it would be better maybe if we just went and stayed with my mother.
In Hudson?
Yes.
And so a few weeks later, you and Stacey moved over to Hudson?
Yes, we did.
And is that where you've lived ever since?
Yes, we have.
And getting together your belongings for the move, did you go through Ricky's room?
Yes, we did.
Did Ricky ever come home after December 22?
No.
Did you discover something in his room, a manuscript?
Yes, we did.
And were you there when that was found?
Yes.
Where was that found?
In his room. If I remember right, it was in a file cabinet.
I'm going to show you what's been marked. Read. Is that the manuscript you found?
Yes, it is.
Did you provide that to law enforcement?
Yes, I did.
At some point, did you become aware of whether or not you had been put on a witness list for the state of Florida? In the
Yes.
case against Ricky, Richard?
Yes.
And did you become aware of whether or not Stacey had been put on a witness list to testify as a witness for the state of Florida against?
Yes, I did.
And at some point, did you give a sworn statement or deposition in that case?
Yes, I did.
And do you recall ever going or meeting with the prosecution with Stacey to talk about either of your testimonies?
I went with Stacey when she had to go for her testimony.
For her deposition?
Yeah, that's when I meant her deposition.
Did you ever go with her for any other meetings she had with the state attorney's office?
There was one other time
That you met with the
we
state?
came and actually met Robin
Okay,
Wilkerson.
the prosecutor in this case?
Yes.
And did you sit down and speak with her for a while
Yes, we did.
there at her offices?
Yes, we did.
And she asked, did you all talk about, what'd you talk about?
Objection, hearsay.
It's not offered to.
Honestly, I don't remember
Hearsay.
exactly what we talked about, so.
Okay.
It's just,
Do you recall if anybody, Richard taking a plea offer?
No,
Do you recall if there was discussion about the upcoming trial and the process that that would entail?
Richard's trial?
Yes.
No,
Do you recall how long that conversation was?
no, I do not. I mean, just one question just came back to my mind on that. Robin did ask Stacey what her feelings were as far as if the death penalty was on the table, what Stacey.
Objection, hearsay.
Sustained.
I don't have anything further.
Okay, Ms. Wilkinson?
Ready for some attitude.
Ms. Cowan, you've been involved in a relationship with Stacey Kananen for 15 years, 22 years. And as that relationship developed, you buy a house together,
Yes. Yes, we've bought 2 houses.
had joint accounts,
Yes.
been involved in each other's families,
Yes.
had a close, intimate relationship during the last 22 years.
Yes.
During the process of Stacey's case being charged, you've been there for her every step of the way.
Yes, I have.
When you moved over to Hudson, your mother actually had a business there, correct?
Yes.
And that's the business that you and Stacey continue to run.
Yes, we do.
And what kind of business is that?
Objection.
That is an RV park.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's an RV park.
Hold on. What's your objection? All right, go ahead. Good.
And you put up that RV park for her to get bond in this case, correct?
Yes, I did.
And you went out and helped solicit and made a lot of phone calls to collect money for her to get bond.
I didn't solicit. It was made known.
A lot of phone calls between you and Stacey about you talking to people and making sure that they would be involved in this case.
Objection.
Don't understand the question.
Relevance.
Hold on. I'm not going to sustain a relevance of state this and understand the question. Refresh your question, please.
Did you and Stacey have conversations about people contributing money for bond and being there to support her for the bond hearing?
Stacey and I did not converse about that, no. I did converse with people that know us.
You and Stacey would have talked about what you were doing to get this done, correct?
No.
Every conversation you would have had with her in the jail is recorded. You're aware of that, aren't you?
Judge, I
I
would
don't know. I
retract.
wouldn't be aware of that, actually.
Improper impeachment.
Overruled.
I mean, yeah. I mean, maybe in 7 years, yes, maybe we did have some point of conversation to the effect of, yes, friends will help you. I mean, I can't swear I might not have never have said something to that effect. Friends do help one another.
While she was incarcerated, you two would talk and discuss, if you talk to this person, you talk to that person, are they coming to the bond hearing?
Judge,
How are you
I
coming
would
with
object
contributing
as
money?
to
Correct?
relevance. This is not proper impeachment.
Overruled.
You did that, correct?
Honestly, I could not answer that.
Because your memory back
Who cares? And yes, I only know because of what I've seen on TV. It does tell you that. At least on TV. Objection, bitchy. Correct. Also, if you're going to bring up the jail calls, produce them. But I doubt she does. Whoopsies. She's double bitchy.
It's like the judge comes on the.
Scared the crap out of me.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Who's talking to
It's like the judge turns on his mic and he's like, "So you're PMSing really bad, huh?" Which then makes her more bitchy.
Did you see it was a while back, but she got an objection sustained and she just had this little smirk on her face like it's like, oh, I hope you
Well,
have
there
to-"
was one where she was like, "Objection." And then the judge was like, "Well, did you hear the objection?" She's like, "Yeah," and she just kept going on with her conversation. She completely ignored the judge's questioning. Like, she gave -0 shits. She was like, F you, judge, F this woman behind me. Like, she didn't care.
Nope. Nope. I'm with you, Deidre, because this doesn't matter to me that she asked people to help get her bond. Like, who cares?
Yeah. But also, I feel like it's like a disgrace calling her Winifred because I feel like Winifred isn't this bitchy. And I'm just saying, and Winifred's an actual witch from Salem. So, I mean, that says a lot.
That's how gingers be.
Yeah, But see, Brian knows because he lives in Connecticut, and that's I feel like that's where most of them go because they just know, we're not dealing with your crap here.
Oh, Frank, don't give up yet.
Yeah, don't base everything on this woman because you'd be effed.
I would like her feistiness if I thought she was prosecuting a case for the sake of doing real justice. Yeah, like if
Yeah.
you needed somebody to like really go after some horrible person, absolutely.
Mhm.
I just don't. She just is not coming across very well to me. She's just coming across as almost childish sometimes and just throwing a tantrum.
Yeah, she's definitely stomping her little tiny feet under the desk when she says that. Objection.
And then she mad types.
Yeah. She's just like when she doesn't get her way. She's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pull my mic down here. Can you hear this?
I'm gonna get all the way away from the mic so you can't hear anything. There you go. That's probably what her closing will be. Just the same as the openings.
No, her closing's gonna be like,
Are you crying? What's up, Heidel?
Hey, Heidel.
We know some gingers aren't that bad.
Yeah, but this woman is just, I don't even understand. Every single 2 seconds. Objection.
Yes. We would never, ever place you in the company of her. Ever.
Also, I feel like the judge is like, objection for what? What was your objection? The judge has stopped listening to her.
Like, oh my gosh. Let me guess. Relevance or hearsay?
Yeah.
Oh, no, and foundation. We had a new one.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but the defense does look a little lost when the judge has to ask if you understand the objection.
Yeah.
You say no. How'd you become a judge?
Yep.
It's like insane. She knows she can get away with it. Nobody sucks the chicken grease off the judge's fingers like she does.
I mean, I kind of feel like that's true. I mean, her cheekbones.
He's on his 4th lube tube by now. Oh my gosh.
What the hell? Oh man, that's awesome.
Whew. She's probably going to do her closings on how credible Dick Cannon is because this case against him is pretty clearly based on his bullshit. Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Also,
oh my god.
Watching, speaking of chicken, I was watching a thing on YouTube about the price of fast food, and I don't know where some of these places were. A bucket of KFC, a 16-piece like meal from KFC was $55 in some places and higher in others. And KFC was like, no more refunds. Like we're not issuing refunds anymore. Like,
they're like, we don't give a crap if your chicken is dry as sandpaper. No refunds.
Yeah, like after you order, sorry if you see the price. I'm like, oh my gosh.
I mean, at that point though, you could probably get like a lot of chicken from the grocery store and fry it yourself.
Yeah,
you know, it'd probably
absolutely.
be 100% better than
it would
whatever
be
the heck they got going on over there.
Yes. Jessica, are you secretly knit a wow?
I know, right? She's
Y'all.
like, y'all. That legit flashed in my head when I saw y'all. I was like,
Y'all.
uh-oh, Mama Wow in the house.
All right. I wonder, so you know that the sister back there, Cheryl in the pink,
Right.
and her husband, they're going through a divorce. And first there was just one person between them, and now there's two people sitting between them. Like, is your divorce like, are you guys getting worse and worse every day that you can't even sit by each other?
I mean, maybe tomorrow she'll be like in the aisle in a beanbag chair or something.
Or she'll be sitting up at the table with the prosecutor because her assistant has gone. She must be sleeping in her pajamas.
Oh,
'cause
she's
not
totally
been back.
at the desk cuddling with a teddy bear or something. She's like, these Victoria's Secret pajamas are comfortable.
They're like so good. Prices are out of sight. I've not had fast food in a while because the
Yeah,
last
it's
time I
crazy.
went, I was like, oh my gosh, those used to be cheap. And I'm gonna feel like crap after I eat it anyway.
Well, those prices, you're better off getting Chinese food because then at least you have a little bit of leftovers.
Exactly. When you get hungry in 4 hours.
Exactly,
$4.99.
yeah.
Costco rotisserie chickens are a huge bargain. I have Sam's Club. I don't have Costco here. Indianapolis. But I am not driving that far. But for those of you that do have Costco, go get you a rotisserie chicken because those are great. Sorry. Now I'm thinking of Mr. Gabby
Yeah.
and his rotisserie chicken.
Yeah, I'm not even going to say that right now.
If Carmen was here,
Yeah. I know.
she would be dying.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. All right, back to the feisty redhead talking about things that do not matter in this trial so far. Maybe she's going to tie it together for us. She's going to surprise us or something.
7 years ago, it's a little hazy.
On 7 years ago?
Yeah. Well, that would have actually been 2000.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember from January to December on everything I did.
Now, as far as your relationship with Marilyn Kananen, you would be involved with her as part of the family.
Yes.
Y'all would do several things together.
Yes.
For lack of a better term, she was sort of a mother-in-law and a friend to you.
Marilyn, yes.
And when she went missing and you found out she was missing September 11th, 2003, you would have been upset.
Yes, I was.
And shortly after that, you went on a cruise.
Unfortunately, yes, I did.
And your partner at that time of approximately 15 years, you left
At
behind.
that time, approximately 15 years, yes.
You left her behind.
Yes, I did.
When you came back, that cruise was just a week?
Excuse me?
That cruise was just a week.
Yes, it
right?
was.
And at that point, did y'all go out knocking on doors looking for Marilyn?
I did not.
Did Stacey take a leave of absence from her work like her sister Cheryl did?
Stacey took some time off.
Did Stacey take a leave of work those 3 months that Marilyn was missing?
No, she did not. She chose to be responsible and work to pay her bills.
While you were with Stacey, did you see her pick up the phone and call the Orange County Sheriff's Office to find out what was going on in the investigation?
No, because Richard did.
Now, let me ask you this question one more time. Did you ever see Stacey pick up the phone and call Detective Winters or Detective Farmer?
No, I never saw Stacey call the police department.
How about Deputy Justin Patrick, the one who came out that night? She picked up the
I
phone
never
and
saw
called in.
Stacey call any police officer whatsoever.
But at this point, she's distraught and just doesn't know where her mom is.
When Stacey is distraught, Stacey works. That's how she handles it.
And while she was working at Disney, that's not taking any step to find her mother. Would you agree with me?
No, the police department was taking care of that.
But it would have been Stacey who would have known Marilyn's habits, right?
Yes.
And Stacey didn't go out and hire a private investigator either, did she?
No, she did not.
And one of the things you said on direct was since that night, and we're talking September 11th, 2003, You and your partner in life, Stacey, have never discussed it?
When you say discussed it, what do you mean?
Well, that's what you said, is we never talked about that night. We never talked about what was happening.
No, we do not talk about September 11th, 2003.
Never.
We might minutely talk about the moments that I was in that house, yes. But as far as anything else go, I have been instructed by the attorney I had at the time. She was instructed by the attorney she had at the time, and we were told to never discuss that evening or anything concerning it because we would be in a situation that one would have to say something about the other or vice versa, or she may say something and I may say something, and that is a normal, typical thing that a lawyer will tell somebody.
And in truth, when she was just a witness, she didn't have a lawyer at that point, someone besides Ms. Dennis. And that's who you're talking about.
Yes. Before Ms. Tennant.
Do you hear an objection?
I'm sorry.
Stop.
Sorry, I didn't hear. Would object to improper impeachment as to, there's certainly nothing wrong with anybody consulting a lawyer.
Let me have both of you come up here 1 second.
You talked to the lawyer while she was still just a witness.
Objection, Judge.
Overruled.
On the night that Marilyn became missing, I got two lawyers, one for myself and one for Stacey. Stacey's lawyer was Michael Gibson. Michael Gibson, I'm sorry. Michael Gibson was Stacey's lawyer at that time.
Kidding?
The night that Marilyn was discovered to be missing.
No, I'm sorry. It was,
That was
I'm sorry.
ridiculous.
That was hilarious.
I sent it to Mel Gibson. No, not Mel Gibson.
Not him. Get the
She's like
spanking pattern.
Mikhail Gibson.
Dead.
Mikhail, not Michael. Good Lord.
I do think she's got to be careful with this witness because she's been believable, she's been emotional, and I don't know. That's just me though. Like,
Also,
you
she
gotta be
looks like the
careful.
grandma of the guy who does berries and cream.
Does what?
The berries and cream commercial.
Oh, I
Yeah,
know what you're talking
What's
about.
that commercial? The gum?
I'm not sure it was an actual commercial. I think it was a skit of some kind that was supposed to look like a commercial. I'm not sure if it was.
I can't remember now.
I think
but
you sent
I think it was a Saturday Night Live thing. To be honest with you, I can't remember exactly myself though.
I think it was a commercial though. But
think
like
you
it
sent-
started off as a SNL skit and then it turned into a commercial. But
Yeah, I think you
anyway.
sent that to me. I think we this is the Mandela effect because that's all I've been
It
thinking
totally
about
is.
of all
Yeah.
the things that I think are real that probably aren't.
Yeah. I love berries and cream. It's that haircut. It's the what's her name haircut too. That younger woman that we did the younger lady. Younger teenager that we did the trial on.
The bike?
She had that same haircut.
The bicycle?
The pregnant pause. The pregnant
Oh,
pause
Carly Gregg.
trial. Carly Gregg had the berries and cream haircut as well.
Well, I wonder what she looks like nowadays.
Probably like this woman.
She probably looks like the Slender Man person.
I mean, I don't know about that, but she probably looks like this woman. It's only been a couple of years she's been in this. She probably looks exactly like her. No, I'm not going crazy. I'm going to put it in Discord after. So like, you'll see the commercial and then you'll see the haircut, except for in the commercial, the hair is black. This woman has white hair. Same haircut.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Real. If it's real.
Of course it's real.
It has to be real.
I mean, it's out there. So, I mean, it's real somewhere.
Could they have married at that time?
Who? The brother and sister? Wait, what?
Well, I would hope not. But
If they had been
in
married,
early 2000, like 2003, like there were states that had it. Like I think Mass had it, Vermont.
that you could legally get same-sex couples could get married. But I
Yeah,
don't,
that's legal here.
yeah, but it was legal there first. Like you had
Oh, we're
yours,
there.
you know what I'm talking about? Like before, like it was legal everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know that they could, well, whoever says no.
It wasn't in California.
Not back then.
Yeah, yeah. We were the first.
Yeah. Because I remember people getting married there and then, yeah. Not Florida.
No, absolutely not. Are you kidding me? No, definitely not Florida.
But yeah, they could have had privilege, but not. But who cares? Like who their attorneys were. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care. Get to it, woman.
Yep.
Like none of this matters.
Well, let's hear about Michael Gibson.
It's December 22nd.
The night that her body was recovered from your backyard.
Yes, that is correct.
Now, Stacey and Richard have always been close.
I wouldn't say they have always been close. Stacey, for a little sister, kind of looked up to him as a big brother.
Now, back closer in these events at hand, you've given a deposition along with the state, correct?
I gave a deposition in Richard's case, yes.
And you gave a statement to the police.
I gave somewhat of a statement the day that they were interviewing me on, well, I wouldn't say they were interviewing me, when they were telling me what was going on December 22nd.
And that statement would have been made to Detective McCann and Detective Farmer and Detective Pelton. We're there. Do you remember making that statement back on December 22nd, 2013?
I do remember talking to whoever was there. I mean, I don't remember their names.
And you told them that Stacey and Richard have always been very close. In fact, it was very, very close were your words.
On that particular day, I was a nervous wreck. I mean, yes, I mean, if that's what I said and that's what's typed, then that's what I said. But mind you, my state of mind at that moment is not the same as my state of mind today or yesterday or the day before. I mean, I was in a state of panic. I was frantic. I was beside myself that day.
But Stacey had actually called you before, after she left talking to the police. Hadn't she?
Honestly, I don't remember.
Your lover, your partner in life, calls you and is upset about being at the sheriff's office, and you don't remember that.
No, I don't. I wish I had.
Were you aware of the fact that Stacey mentioned in her note she left to you when she tried to commit suicide that after we talked to you, Richard and I knew it was all over?
I don't recall that.
Now, you knew about the whole family being upset with the relationship between Cheryl and Christopher.
Yes.
You knew that Marilyn herself was upset.
Yes.
You knew that Marilyn was concerned that they had talked about putting Christopher in a school.
Yes.
You knew that Richard had talked to Christopher and was upset about it. And you knew Stacey had talked to Christopher and was upset about it.
Yes.
And when you talked to the police back then, you told them that Richard and Stacey were very upset.
I was upset too.
You also said that Marilyn had said she may quit work just to take care of Christopher if things didn't get better.
That had been said.
So it was really no family secret. It was certainly discussed among Richard, Stacey, you, and Marilyn.
I wasn't really in the whole conversation, but there's been bits and pieces where that had been said, yes.
Because there were certainly times when the Kananen family would close ranks, and even though you were closely involved, there would be discussions between Richard and Stacey, or Stacey and Marilyn, that you weren't part of.
There could have been.
In fact, they actually at times were fairly reticent to talk about certain things. Correct?
Can you repeat that?
There would be times that they were a bit private about certain things.
They meaning who?
Richard, Stacey, Marilyn.
I wouldn't say secretive.
They certainly weren't sitting down and talking all the time about the abuse that went on in the house.
Well, no.
But you knew about it from when you first got with Stacey.
Now, when I first got with Stacey, it wasn't like that.
Over a period of time, Stacey shared with you that she grew up in a fairly abusive home.
Oh, yes. I thought you were back on Cheryl. I'm sorry.
And you were also aware of the fact that Richard probably even got the worst end of it.
I did not know anything about Richard and abuse until Richard was moving with us. Until Richard moved in with us in 2003.
You knew that Richard and Stacey had confronted Chris Bracken, Cheryl's husband, about the concerns over Christopher.
I know Richard said that he had talked to Chris. I know Richard said that he had talked to the pastor.
Do you remember giving a deposition in Richard's case?
Yes, I do.
And didn't you say in that deposition that Richard and Stacey had confronted Chris?
I would have to read the deposition to see if that is what I said. I don't remember from 2003 my exact words.
And there had been a concern about whether or not the Department of Children and Families would be involved
That's what was discussed.
and how exactly to handle it. And it's Chris who chose to go to the church.
That's what I was told.
When it comes to Richard, when Richard moved in, he certainly would do things around the house.
He did some things around the house.
Richard would take y'all out to eat.
Yes, he did.
Richard would do things with y'all.
We went to the movies.
And during this time frame, although Stacey and him had always been close, they got even closer.
We started to get a little bit closer.
There were times you'd be at work that Richard and Stacey would be off.
Not Stacey generally worked the same days I did. She just got off maybe an hour or two before.
Did you not just tell us in direct that there were times you would have been at work and Stacey was home?
Well, out of a whole year, yeah, that's true. There could be a day that she had a day off and a day I did not have a day off.
So while after Marilyn, who's like a mother to you, mother-in-law, is missing, over the next few months, you start to see items from her house appear in yours.
Yes, I did.
The refrigerator is in the garage and y'all are using it as a second refrigerator.
I believe so.
Well, ma'am, was it or was it not in your garage?
I honestly didn't remember it. But I was told that it was. So therefore, it must have been. I honestly didn't remember it being in there.
Also in your garage were TVs from her home.
I don't remember that.
Some DVDs.
We did have DVDs in the house, yes. Let me rephrase that. Not we had DVDs in the house. Richard had the DVDs, the albums, pictures, and some other things. I made a whole list of it before I gave it back to Chris and Cheryl. But they were in Ricky's room, in his closet. They were all stored in his room.
There were also things being kept in the garage.
There may have been, but I cannot honestly tell you what things. But the things that were at our house, before I gave them to Cheryl and Chris, I wrote each and every item down. I gave them a copy, and I kept a copy for myself. So I honestly, I don't remember each and every item, but I did write them down before I gave them to her. So there would be no.
So Ms. Cowan, as you start to see item after item from Marilyn's home show up in yours, you don't think that's a little strange?
Ricky told us he was putting all this stuff away.
Did you pick
From
up the
Marilyn.
phone and call the police and say,
Well,
my lover's brother is clearing out his mother's home and
I
items
didn't-
just keep showing up here?
I didn't look at it that way. I looked at it as
So it's perfectly-
Marilyn's son was taking care of Marilyn's house. That is how I looked at it, that Marilyn's son was taking care of Marilyn's house. He is the older son. He was taking care of Marilyn's house. He told me he was calling the police. He told me he was talking to IRS. These are the things he told me. I felt confident that he was telling his sisters the same thing. I felt confident that the police were taking care of this.
So
That's where my confidence was. My confidence was that the police were taking care of it. He told me he was putting these things away to protect from Marilyn. So when Marilyn would come back, she would, if God forbid, if the house got sold, she'd at least have her possessions. Stupidly, that made sense to me. I'm sorry, but it did. I'm a simple person. That made sense to me. I wish I had the hindsight to know what happened, but I didn't.
And you were the older person in the relationship.
Did you see the smile on the defendant's face? She's like, get her. Slam, slam, slam. Yep. She's had it. She's had it. Look at her face. She's mad. I do too. I've liked her. She's done a great job. Talking was funny. But I think she's done well. Yeah, the smile was Yep. Ah, that was great. That was great. Now she's just staring her down. Me too. Me too, Deidre. Pretty soon, I have a feeling the state's going to object to her own question. Just to be like, okay, I don't know. I don't know. She's coming after me, Judge.
Was Stacey correct?
I happen to be older than Stacey, yes.
By a period of years.
Yes.
Objection relevance?
And you never stepped in there and checked any of this out about Marilyn's disappearance, although you're so close to her.
Why should I? The police are taking care of it. I'm not a police person. The police came to the house. The police took a report. The police are doing a missing persons report. I assume the police do these things. I'm sorry. And my mother was there, and my mother told me the police would take care of it. My mother's a very much smarter, stronger woman than I'll ever be. I believed in the police department. I didn't know that we had to do something.
When you came home from this cruise, did you ever go in your backyard?
And whose?
Your backyard.
Well, of course. I go swimming in the backyard.
And during the fall of 2003, you would have gone swimming in the backyard?
If it was warm enough.
When you came home from the cruise, how many days passed till you went in the backyard?
I don't recall. Could have been that day, could have been the next day, could have been 2 days later.
And you didn't notice a thing?
What was I supposed to notice?
Rocks had been put by the shed before, right?
We had rocks there for quite a couple of months now.
Didn't notice the rocks looking any dirtier?
No, I don't usually investigate like a million rocks that are in my backyard.
So you just never really went and investigated it out there?
Objection.
Never noticed anything different about this?
No, I did not notice.
When she objects.
I know, I'm sorry, it just came to
All
me.
right. Just take your time.
Now your license plate goes missing. Did you report this to the police?
Yes, I did.
And when they came to talk to you on December 22nd, 2003, and you gave that one-page written statement, did you mention that
Yes, I did.
in your
Well,
one-page
let me
statement?
rephrase that. Did I mention what? That I reported it or that the
Your
license plate was missing?
missing.
I did not tell them ahead of time because they're the ones who told me that my license plate was on Marilyn's car. When they told me my license plate was on Marilyn's car, then I said, well, then that explains why my license plate was missing.
But you didn't tell them in this one-page statement exactly when you saw it missing, did you?
They chose not to write that apparently.
Counting you signed this one-page statement.
That one-page statement, they asked me to specifically write what is written on there, and that is the only thing they specifically asked me to write.
And then they did a nice little statement of you.
Yes, they had a tape recorder, and they did tape some of our
You didn't mention it in that
conversation.
either.
You can't have two people talking at one time.
You didn't mention it in your statement either, did you, man?
I did tell the police. I do not recall if the tape recorder was on at that time.
You didn't go with Richard when he got his new driver's license, did you?
No,
Because around that time, your mother was in town, you'd have been busy with her.
I don't recall which day he did it, so I don't recall if I was with my mother.
Now you showed up that evening, September 11th.
Yes.
And you're not sure if it was the 10th or the 9th or the 8th you went and got your mother?
No, because it could have been the day, it would have been at least the day before.
At least, could have been 2 days, you're just really not sure.
That's true.
So what Stacey was doing while you went over to get your mother, you have no idea.
Basically.
It wasn't unusual for Stacey to go out to dinner and a movie with her mother.
No.
And sometimes that'd be done during the week and sometimes on the weekend.
Well, not necessarily. If they were going to go out to dinner, or if they were going to go to a movie and out to dinner, that would be on a Saturday night or Friday night.
You're getting this money to pay off your car. And Richard says it's Fantasy 5 and you don't ask any questions.
No, he said he wanted the Fantasy 5. I asked him how much. And I don't remember if he told me or if he just said it was a large amount or whatever.
Were you aware of the fact that Stacey had a joint checking account with her brother in the name of Green Acres?
I knew that they opened an account to start a landscaping business.
And that was with Bank of America.
I don't recall the bank, but okay.
Did Stacey tell you her brother gave her money that she put in that account?
No.
Did Stacey tell you that she was on a joint account with her brother's Emerald Electric business?
No, I didn't think she was on that one. I knew he had Emerald Electric for a long time.
So
that's my
Stacey
knowledge.
just didn't mention that one either. That you
I
had.
don't recall her mentioning that. I remember them opening up a business for the landscaping, and they did open up a checking account for that.
Stacey tell you that she was getting money from her brother during this time?
No.
But y'all were so close. She wouldn't have mentioned if she was getting several $1,000s from her brother to you?
Objection.
I would take
it.
it.
Did you hear there's an objection? Okay,
That's why I went.
all right.
Objection, I see you now, since that's not evidence.
I'm going to state the objection, but not for that reason. Go ahead. Ask the question.
Did Stacey tell you that she received money from her brother?
Stacey never told me that she received any money from her brother.
Now, this Fantasy 5 conversation, that was well before December 22nd.
I would imagine.
And so, and you're telling the ladies and gentlemen of the jury that Stacey was right there when he said Fantasy 5.
I thought she was. I thought she was sitting at the dining room table with me.
And that would have been prior to her going down to see the sheriff's office.
Well, I don't remember one day from the other as far as that goes. I mean, you could have told me on December 1st about Fantasy 5. They could have gone to the sheriff's department on December 20th.
Now, we talked about it took a few days for Stacey to come home. We talked about that in direct. It wasn't Stacey.
You mean from December 22nd?
From when she went in the hospital. It wasn't a medical condition. She was being held because of the suicide attempt, right?
Judge, I would object as to, well, speculation probably on.
If she knows. She needs to relay to you whether she even knows that.
Repeat the question,
Do
please.
you know why Stacey was held several days
Yes.
in the hospital?
Yes, because the police told me that she had, that they found her in the storage unit, that she had attempted suicide.
And it was a Baker Act because of concern of harming herself.
Objection.
I did not know
since
about
that's
the Baker
evidence.
Act.
Obstruct.
Almost sustained. Jury disregarded it.
During this time from when you've known Cheryl Bracken, you've gone over to her home at certain times, almost on a weekly basis for game night.
Yes.
And that would be Stacey, Richard, you, the Bracken family, Marilyn.
Not necessarily Richard. He might have come a time or two, but not necessarily all the time.
Once he moved in with y'all, he would come.
He might have.
In fact, he's normally the one who would provide the food.
Yeah, I think he did once or twice. Yeah, I think he did cook something. I'd have to think really hard to try to remember what it was, but yeah, I think he did do that at least once.
So you would have had an extended family relationship with Christopher, Chris, Cheryl.
Yes.
So Cheryl would have been like a sister-in-law.
In a sense, yes.
And as Richard's merrily moving all this property into the house, you're not calling Cheryl either.
I assumed Cheryl knew. I was assuming that Ricky was telling what Ricky was telling us. I assumed he was telling Cheryl. I had no idea he wasn't telling her anything. I didn't have the relationship with Cheryl like some sisters have, where they call each other all the time. I mean, we weren't like that. I mean, we generally only talked when there was a reason to talk.
During the time frame of August going into September of 2003, you were aware of the fact that Stacey and Richard and Marilyn were all upset about the relationship between Cheryl and Christopher.
Yes.
And that was not Richard and Richard alone, but it was all of them.
I've heard them each differently talk about it, yes.
And that would include your partner in life here.
Yes, Stacey was upset about what was going on.
I have no further questions.
What did we learn from that?
Well, shake and bake. Thank you, baby Jesus, Lord Christ. That's what I learned.
There was nothing.
Yeah.
You rallied her friends around her. Okay. They kept her in
I
the
learned-
hospital because she tried to self-delete. They Baker acted her. Okay.
There could have been and may have been an eggplant involved.
Okay. I mean, I don't think Stacey changed the license plate from her car to the mom's car. Like, I don't think she would do that.
I don't know. I mean, jacked forearms in the back could have done that, but
I think she keeps a sock full of batteries in her back
she
pocket.
keeps a sock. She keeps a sock full of batteries in her sock that she's wearing. Okay,
She's
the batteries
hardcore.
don't work, but she still keeps them there.
Unfortunately, that part can be true. However, there are a lot of people out there who do not believe you get arrested unless you're guilty. You don't get charged unless you're guilty.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of them.
I don't know I don't know either, Frank, but I'm just saying you had the prime witness up there for the state to get something out of before Stacey takes the stand, and she didn't do it.
I mean, almost every time the video guy or whatever, I don't know his name, the camera guy scans to her, she's like crying.
The Stacey?
Yeah, she's like wiping a
Okay.
tear away or something. So, I mean, is it genuine? You don't know. I mean, you really don't, you know?
Yeah. Well, maybe because they asked if somebody else came over and filled the hole in the yard while she was on that cruise, or the defense attorney did. It went by real quick, like Betty Kelly or somebody.
Well, someone came and filled that hole, that's for sure.
Oh, see what you did there. Could be guilty of assault and battery.
Batteries sold separately. This
Of
woman
course
has
they
her own
are.
action figure. It comes with the sock, but the batteries are sold separately.
Of course they are. Yeah, I don't know. I'm stuck on this one. All right. We got about 20 minutes. Let's
Oh, okay.
go quick here. Defense. You going to grandma's?
Yeah.
Okay. If you need to leave early, you can.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Okay. I don't want grandma come after me.
I don't want her coming after me either. She almost did that the other night. So I was like, maybe I should be there tonight.
Probably. You're getting grounded.
I probably will be. Jeez. All right.
Ms. Cowan, after Marilyn disappeared in those months leading up to December 22, did law enforcement ever contact you?
No, they did not.
Did Detective Hussey ever call you and say, we need to talk to you?
No,
We're looking hard at things that are happening in your household.
no,
Anybody ever contact you from law enforcement saying, this case has been moved out of missing persons?
no,
Ever contact you and say, this case has been moved to homicide?
no,
Objection as to the leading nature, Your Honor.
Sorry, Dennis.
During the time that you and Stacey were listed as witnesses for the state of Florida, and that would have been over 3+ year period.
yes,
Anybody ever ask you or tell you they doubted the truth of what you were saying?
no,
Did anybody ever tell you that they didn't believe you didn't know that body was in your backyard?
no,
Anybody ever tell you they didn't believe that you believed Richard?
no,
Objection. Hearsay.
Shut the F up.
So once again,
Hearsay.
why isn't it you didn't go out and go door to door looking for Marilyn Kananen?
I was under the impression that's what the police were taking care of.
And what is it that prompted you to contact a lawyer after December 22?
I contacted the lawyer on December 22, as soon as the police were there telling me that Marilyn was in my backyard.
So having your de facto mother-in-law found buried in your backyard led you to think that you could use a lawyer.
Well, if anybody finds a dead body in their yard, they might get accused of something.
Was that prior to any contact whatsoever with Stacey?
Oh my God, what
Meaning,
gave you
had
that
you had any
impression?
contact with her on the 22nd? Did she tell you go get
No.
lawyers?
This woman's a
You know,
genius.
I know. It's like, what? You watched on TV or something before because you've never testified. So
You know, I love this woman's face. She's just like so matter of fact. She's like, someone's buried in your backyard, you know.
it's like,
You're gonna get blamed for something. Yeah,
Yeah.
no crap.
yes, if the cops
Unbelievable.
show up, get a lawyer. She sounds like the old lady in the Golden Girls. I assume you mean the mom,
Sophia.
but they were all old.
Yeah.
That's why they were called Golden.
But also
Actually.
the theme song of that show was also Bad Boys, so you could never differentiate from Cops versus this show.
What are you saying?
Never mind, doesn't matter.
Okay,
It only makes sense in my head.
all right. Because I was trying to
No, she
like
doesn't
listen to that,
she
and I'm
doesn't
like, I don't hear a bad voice there.
she doesn't sound like Sophia, like voice wise, but like her attitude is like
Yeah.
Sophia. You know?
Gosh. Oh my gosh. Bad Desert.
Wow.
He said it's the first time she had a stiff in her back garden.
Yeah, I mean it seems like it's the first time.
She did when she said about finding an unalive body in her yard.
Yeah.
I love how she's just like, I'm just get through this. I'm gonna be done. She's over
Yeah.
it. She's over
In
it.
her bush garden.
In her bush
Exactly.
All right, I'm hitting play now.
Was that days before you were going to actually see or talk to Stacey?
And I want to make sure I understand the question.
Did you contact the lawyers days before you even talked to Stacey?
Yes,
Now, the issues with people being concerned about what was going on and the relationship between Cheryl and Christopher, would that have gotten better from what you were hearing or your understanding after the intervention, the pastor got involved and classes started? Were you ever aware that those things were happening prior to this note being left and Cheryl saying we're dealing with it?
I think that was in the note.
So were you aware that there was already counseling and things happening by the time that the note happened?
Prior to the note?
Yes.
No.
And how long had it been prior to the note that you heard people talking in the family about having these concerns?
It's actually been off and on for a couple of years.
I'm going to show you what's been marked. As fence 1, A, B, and C. And ask if you recognize the backyard depicted in those photos.
This is the backyard at Okaloosa House.
And if you look at the back corner, the back right corner of that yard in 1A, along that back fence, that rock you see there, how long had that rock been there?
A couple of months.
And who put that rock there?
We did.
And the rock there, what was there prior to the rock on there?
Prior to the rock was there, on both sides of the pool, was old wooden slats that were all broken, and that's why we had them removed, and we had all this rock put down.
And so the rock that's there up against the shed, is that how that looked for a number of months?
Yes.
Did you ever notice anything changing in the way that looked between before and after your cruise or anything like that?
No, looked the same.
The prosecutor asked you about whether or not Richard was abused the worst. Who would you have heard that from, or what would have given you that impression?
The only time I ever heard anything about Richard being abused is when Richard was living with us. He would often after dinner just sit there and repeat different stories about his childhood.
So Richard is the one that gave you the impression Richard was abused the worst.
Yes.
And what kind of stories would he tell?
Objection, your side.
It's not offered to show these were true stories, just that he told them. What kind of stories would he tell?
The one story that I primarily remember is he was helping his father with his car, and he was underneath the car doing something with the engine or whatever, and the car fell on top of Ricky. And the father told him, well, it fell, you can get yourself out of there, and just left him like that.
Did Richard, at the time that he moved in with you and over the course of the next few months, was there anything different about either the frequency or how he would tell stories of his childhood?
It seemed like that was more of what he was talking about as the summer progressed.
And what do you mean by that? Describe what that would look like more as the summer.
Well, I mean, in the spring, he never really talked about it. It was just up until, thinking back, it's during like August or whatever, it was more often that we would be sitting around and he would talk about their past.
And how would these things get brought up?
I don't know. I think he just talked about him.
And during those conversations, who else would be talking, or would it be a conversation, or would it be just Ricky talking about stories from the past?
Well, it'd be Stacey and I and Ricky, and it was just remembering the past, just reminiscing.
Did he seem to be talking about that more and more as the summer went on?
Yes, it did.
And did he express anger toward his mother in any way for what had happened?
A little, but I really didn't. I didn't realize it at the time.
Did you know about a controversy in the family regarding whether or not Christopher would go to the Cherokee school?
I have heard that.
And what was the family controversy about that?
Marilyn didn't want that to happen.
And who was it that wanted him to go to this Cherokee school?
The school.
And was there ever any discussion about whether he would stay with, whether Marilyn would do something to keep him from being able to go to that school?
Marilyn had stated that she would quit work if she had to, so Christopher could stay with her to avoid that happening.
And do you remember when that would have come up in relation to the summer and the intervention with the pastor and the note and those kinds of things? Would that have
It's within the same time frame.
I have nothing else.
Ms. Cowan, in the meeting you had with the state attorney's office.
No, lady. Go back. Go
I
back.
believe so.
Ms. Patterson was also there.
Okay.
And Stacey was challenged on whether or not she called SunTrust, wasn't she?
I don't remember.
Don't remember that she was asked about that?
I vaguely remembered meeting with you.
So then as far as what was said at that meeting, you don't really recall? Do you recall Stacey denying calling SunTrust?
I don't even remember the question.
Do you recall her being told she said that on videotape?
Judge, I would
No.
object to Ms. Wilkinson says she doesn't remember the conversation.
Overruled.
I'm sorry?
It's overruled.
I'd like to approach, this is related to a prior ruling by this court. Yeah, I'd like to get on the record.
Ms. Cowan, you only met with the state attorney's office one time, correct? Confirming.
Judge, I'm sorry, I think that would take so little time. I'd like to approach it, please.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you ain't gonna like this.
We already know.
All right, let me just tell you what the situation is here. The next witness is going to take at least 2.5 hours. Okay, I'm sorry?
Are we gonna do it today?
No. We can't, because if I keep you here that late, then we're at 7 o'clock at the earliest, and the court staff would really like to get home. You know, unfortunately, they have lives too. So, we're going to come back tomorrow morning at 9:30. The defense will put on their last witness, from what I understand. I believe after that, we will go to closing argument, jury instructions, and you'll go out and deliberate. So you will deliberate tomorrow for sure. I had hoped to get it done today, but by the time we finish with this next witness, it's just going to be so late. I don't want to keep y'all here because then I got to feed you dinner and I don't want to do that.
Sharing his
All
chicken.
right. So please leave your pads on your chairs. We will see you tomorrow morning.
No one gets the
Colloquy,
colonel.
why don't we do that right now?
Pat,
Okay, that'll save us time tomorrow. Ms. Kananen,
Yes, sir.
place her under oath, please.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Frank.
I do.
Thank you.
Ms. Kananen, it's been made known to me that tomorrow morning you are going to take the witness stand and testify on your behalf. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Kananen, I want you to understand several things. And the reason I tell you this is only because if this case doesn't go well for you, and I have no idea how it's going to go at this point, but if it doesn't go well for you, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years down the road, I don't want you coming back to this court saying, my attorney forced me to testify, and I didn't want to. So what I want to talk to you about is, have you made the decision to testify after consulting with your attorney, and that is your decision alone?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did she explain to you all the possible consequences of you testifying?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. You understand it is possible, and I'm just relating to the evidence we have here. It is possible that you may have to explain a lot of things that have been entered into evidence.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And you understand you can't refuse to answer those questions.
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, you can, but there's no sense in testifying if you're going to refuse to answer. Do you understand that you have an absolute right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
And no one can force you to testify. This has to be your decision after consulting with your lawyer.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand your right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand that neither myself, Ms. Tennis, nor Ms. Wilkinson can force you to take that witness stand tomorrow?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. This is a decision you made after careful consideration and after deciding from viewing this case and talking to your attorney and looking at the evidence that's been put in, you decided you want to take the witness stand.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Has anybody forced, threatened, or forced you to take the witness stand?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. And one other thing, you clearly understand you don't have I don't think she has a prior criminal history, right?
No.
So you can't be impeached with that, but you can be impeached with just about anything else that a witness would normally be impeached with. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And once you give up your right to remain silent, that's it.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. You understand that you're going to be treated like any other witness on that witness stand.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Wilkinson, something you want to say?
Yes, Your Honor. It's my understanding that the
Oh, my
statement that she
Lord.
made to the hospital, although you had found they did not give Miranda and you did not allow it in, you previously stated, and she should be aware of the fact that if she testifies, I certainly can cross-examine her from that and also have a prepared redacted statement that if I choose to bring Corporal Ruggiero back, can be introduced.
You can impeach her with it.
Assuming you make a finding of voluntariness, given that she was sent to the hospital and
My finding in that case is that the motion to suppress on the hospital statement was granted.
This one was like,
based
I'm out.
on number one, I'm finding
Still
she
taking all
wasn't
this shit with me.
unlawfully held at the hospital. But number two, she was not given Miranda warnings, and I felt that she was at that point in time a suspect and in a form of custody and being in a form of custody at that point, she should have been given Miranda. The police had already talked to her once. They already had accused her at that point of being involved basically in her mother's death. And therefore, I think they should have Mirandized her. It can't come in for any purpose other than under the law, violation. If Miranda warnings are violated, if you take the witness stand and make statements that are different than are in that statement you gave at the hospital, it could be used against you to impeach you. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
but only if you make a finding of voluntariness. I mean, they have to lay a basis of voluntariness or it doesn't get in at all.
I've just stated I found it. I've read all. I've heard. We had a hearing. I've already found it to be voluntary.
All right. I don't think I got a copy of the redacted statement. So at some point I'm going to need to see it if that becomes an issue.
Okay.
I haven't had a chance to review it.
Well, I just want her to know that that statement could possibly be used against her. Those notes that were allegedly written by her could possibly be used against her. There's a lot of things you may, I don't know if you're going to or not, but you may have to testify to explain. I don't want you to think you're going to be able to get up here and just kind of meander through this. You're going to be a witness just like everybody else. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything else, Ms. Wilkinson?
For Ms. Tennis's notice, I just redacted what she requested to be redacted.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Ms. Tennis, anything else you want to put on the record at this time?
No, sir.
All right. So this decision, once and for all, is yours. Correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And nobody's forced you, threatened you, coerced you. You're doing this on your own.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Tomorrow morning, see you at 9:30.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas in it. She got some sling blade over there.
Billy Bob Thornton. All right. Well, her testimony takes longer than 2.5 hours. We will watch 2.5 hours tomorrow. And then there's an hour and a half
Yes, Your Honor.
for Thursday.
Yes, Your Honor.
And I assume that's all her on Thursday. I don't know. I'll look.
Yes, AJ.
Maybe
I can't help it now.
we'll look and see if the
Betty. Yes, Daddy. I mean, Your Honor.
if the defense puts on any rebuttal. I don't think they do.
I mean, at this point, they just like hearing each other talk. So,
Yeah.
you never know.
So, all right. Woohoo!
Woo, woo.
That is the plan.
Sounds good.
I would laugh so hard to see a lawyer call a judge mom. It's like
That would
calling
be
your
funny.
teacher mom or raising your hand
Yeah.
at the dinner table. Dang it, Adair, you had one job.
Well,
That
what
was
the heck?
$1 billion.
You know what? What a waste. I mean, what did you even do over there? Did you even try? Just kidding.
All right. Well, I'm going to close this down so Gabby can get over to Grandma's. We will be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern
Alright.
Time. We'll see what Miss Kananen has to say. Hopefully, when we see her tomorrow, she will have done everything that whoever said and rested her voice and doesn't sound like Kermit the Frog, because
Yeah.
that's going to get old fast.
Yeah. Have a great night, everyone.
So thank you guys all so much for being here, and we're almost done. We're almost done. Be careful! Don't make me make you say. Keep again, Keefy. Whatever you said.
Night, Your Honor.
Bye.
Automatically in love is kinda uncanny. Click, like, subscribe, ooh, piece of candy. Looking for my spotlight, chasing my vibe. Still looking for my credibility online. Ooh, hot mannequin love, candy on the floor, don't pick it up. Chasing all the clicks, chasing all the views. Credibility's hiding, but I'm bringing you the news. Every little scroll is a mystery, but you stuck around, watch the show with me. Laughs and chaos, that's how we roll. Drop a comment down below before you go. Every little scroll is a mystery, but you stuck around, watch the show with me. Laughs and chaos, that's how we roll. Drop a comment down below before you go.